Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Game Informer Show, a weekly video game podcast releasing every Thursday. I am your host, Alex Stadnick, and as always, I'm honored to be joined by the illustrious one, Alex Van Aken. Hello, sir.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Alex.
Thanks for being here.
Wasn't Christmas so good? Like, I opened so many presents from Santa. I got a Red Ryder BB gun finally. I've been
You've been
dying
asking
to
that
get one of those.
forever. Dude, I read your book report, and that's all you could talk about in there.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
glad to be here.
Yeah, obviously Santa wasn't paying attention because he was very good to me this year and I didn't deserve any of it. But anywho, join us each episode as we're joined by a rotating crew of GI editors and special guests from around the industry as we bring you the latest news, reviews, and big man swag your eyes and ears can handle. Special one today, folks, because it's the last episode of 2021. Let's get the hell out of this year. We are kicking this year to the curb. We're saying goodbye, and we're doing that by forgetting everything and looking ahead to next year. That's right. The most anticipated games of 2022 is here. We are breaking down the whole list as we have it right now. But first, let's introduce our panel. The legend is back. He got a taste before the holidays. He's like, I need more. I'm hungry. I'm starving. Let's eat, Dan Tack. Let's eat.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I don't know. Not after all that holiday eating and BB rifle.
What was your favorite meal that you ate, Dan, at holiday dinner?
Mustard and I don't know, steak tips or something. I don't know.
Mustard? Do you have like a favorite? Like holiday treat or anything like that? Do you cheat on the holidays?
I may or may not have cheated on this holiday. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, typically I will cheat for Thanksgiving and Christmas on the keto.
Okay,
we're getting way off track here, but
yeah.
So some moose munch or some moose tracks, all the moose stuff. All right, okay. Moose munch is like really awesome popcorn, and then moose tracks, if you're not aware of it, it's supposed to look like, it's like ice cream, but it's supposed to look like moose tracks in the snow, but there's like peanut butter cups in there. And if you've never had moose tracks, don't walk to your local grocer and pick up a tub today.
A tub of moose tracks. Do
it.
I always thought it looked more like moose drippings.
I don't care what it looks like. It tastes amazing. I mean,
not really.
The whole concept, like, so what? It's not a moose track. I don't care. They came up with a name for it. I don't know who came up with that. They're like, somebody looked at that. They're like, I don't know. It looks like moose tracks. Somebody's kid probably came up with that, right? Like, but it's really tasty. But it's really tasty.
What a little stupid kid, honestly.
I didn't say that.
Idiot. Yeah,
I didn't say that.
Yeah. And then joining us for the first time in probably 6 years, he's gone off. He's gone to college. He's taken his talents elsewhere. Jay Guisao in the building. What up, man?
Hello. Happy to be here, man. Yeah, it's been forever, dude. I'm just excited to be back, baby. Feels good.
Yeah, it feels good to have you. We were trying to think of the last time we did anything together, and we thought September was probably the last time, which is what, 4 months ago, 3 months ago at this point. So
yeah. Wow, for sure.
You're off becoming the next best game dev right now.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, I love it. Jay, let's get this kicked off here. So we were doing our editor top 10s over the last 2 weeks. Want to give the shine to everyone who is on the GI staff, editorial wise, who wants to talk about their top 10s. And I'd be remiss if JRPG himself wasn't going to get a shot to put his list together for the good GI people. So one last list section here before we get into most anticipated 2022. So Jay, if you want to start at number 10, you can take it away.
Sure. So, all right. So number 10, I have the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, right? At number 9, I have Death Stranding Director's Cut. And like real quick, before I keep going, right? Like this is kind of like a side tidbit, but something I've been thinking about when it comes to like just top 10, like my top 10 games of the year list in general. But like I watched like this Jacob Geller video, his most recent one about his top 10 list. And I feel like a lot of people like don't say it out loud that like your list can like change like day to day, right? So like before I continue, I just want to say this is like my top 10 list like today, but like I could wake up tomorrow and like Death Stranding could be like number 1, right? So yeah. So Death Stranding's at 9. I have Psychonauts 2 at 8. I have 7, Life is Strange, True Colors. 6, Returnal. 5 is Deathloop, right? And then we got the top 4.
Let's hear
right?
it.
So at number 4, I go back and forth with number 4
Okay.
and number 3, or at least I was doing that for a while. But like now I'm like 100% positive. Like number 4 is Forza Horizon 5,
Nice.
right? And so yeah, like I don't really play a lot of racing games. But I did play a little bit of motorsport back in the day, and I was like god awful at it. I think a lot of people just suck in motorsport because it's like the super racing sim, right? Like drifting is hard, accelerating is hard, braking is everything about that game is just impossible. And then when you get the crazy routes with like like the sharp turns and everything, like you're guaranteed to crash, right? You're rewinding like every time. But and I had never played a Horizon before this one, but I had heard that it was more like an arcade kind of racer. And so when I finally like got Horizon 5, I was super into it. Like I felt like all the cars felt really good. It was easy to maneuver in the world, and then of course like their version of Mexico is like incredible, right? It's just a huge open world. It is probably the best looking game on like Xbox, right? Like let's be honest about it. So yeah, Forza at 4. And my number 3, right? Like, and this is back to like the Jacob Geller point. My number 3 is number 3 today, but man, I could wake. Sometimes I feel like it's number 1, but today it's number 3.
Okay.
Today it's number 3. Halo Infinite, baby. Like,
let's go.
Halo,
Yeah.
dude, Halo Infinite, man. Like, I feel like I'm a Halo fan in like the nostalgic sense of it, right? Like my first like true console was like the PlayStation 2, and so I kind of missed out on the first Halo and I missed out on the second Halo, but I played Halo 3, man. And like Halo 3 was like formative, right? For I just feel like for shooters in general, like I feel like it's like Halo 3 back then, and then you had what? Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, right? So it's like
BioShock, yeah.
exactly, right? So but like I just feel like Halo Infinite takes what was so great in the original trilogy and just sort of like ups the ante in every way, right? And it adds these really cool toys that you can use. I'm like like the hook, like the grapple shot is just incredible. I was like playing the game the other day, and it's just nuts how you can just scale a mountain range with that damn thing, right? It's insane, dude. Like the verticality in Halo Infinite is like unmatched when it comes to the rest of the franchise. And then you have like the incredible multiplayer playlists. And I know like we don't have like co-op yet and stuff like that, but it's going to be implemented eventually, and it'll feel even more full. And it's already a full game, right?
Definitely.
So it's just such a solid experience. I love Halo. The music is incredible. The story is really great and really heartfelt and personal, right? And the gunplay is super tight. So Halo number 3, and my top 2, they're in the same genre. My name is JRPG for a reason, baby. So
let's go.
hell yeah. So number 2, it's Near Replicant, man.
It's gotta be.
Nice.
It's gotta be Near Replicant. Like I feel like Near Replicant doesn't get the credit it deserves. It's not the most beautiful looking game out there, right? It's not the best voice acted game out there. It doesn't even have the best combat either. But I think what Nier does differently than a lot of just story driven action games, its narrative design is through the roof. I just feel like everything in a Nier game, in some way, like is just latched onto things in the narrative, right? Even saving is you sending letters to your sick sister back at home, right? Like everything has meaning, everything's important. And then what Nier also does differently, and this isn't really a spoiler because I'm not gonna go super deep into it, but you can beat the game multiple times and then get newer perspectives about characters that you didn't have before. And that sort of makes the story feel whole by like the 4th time you've beaten the game. And speaking of the 4th time that you can beat the game for Replicant, there is something really cool that I won't get into, but like if you get that far, there's a totally new route, and it sort of puts a nice bow on the story, something that we didn't have back in the day with just Stall.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so super cool. And then number 1, baby, we talked about it last time I was here to talk with you was in September, and it was about my game of the year, Tales of Arise. You know what I'm saying?
It's stuck.
It's stuck, man. It really did. It's like I said, Halo Infinite. Some days I wake up and I'm like, dude, there's like nothing better than this game. But Tales of Arise, I feel like I think about Tales of Arise like almost every day since I played it. It's like the 25th anniversary for the dev team, and so they really came out and tried to make the best Tales game they did, right? They switched over to Unreal Engine. They made the combat much tighter. The story, like there's this sweeping narrative that deals with prejudice and like insecurities and just relationships and love and compassion in general. I loved every character. I put about 100 hours into that baby, platinumed it. Yeah,
platinumed it? Wow.
I platinumed it, dude. I wanted to tweet about it, but I was like, you know what? It's November. There's probably a billion, like at the time, I platinumed it in November, and I was like, there's probably a billion people who platinumed it. Like, I'm not gonna look very special, so I didn't tweet.
But I honestly don't think I saw that on the timeline at all.
I didn't see it once.
No,
No, yeah, dude. It's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. Like, I love the game. It's incredible. I think anyone who's a JRPG fan or an RPG fan in general should really check out Tales of Arise. Like, it feels sort of like an under the radar kind of game compared to like maybe other games that have come out, just because JRPGs I feel don't get the same traction that, you know, big time FPSs or action games would. But Tales of Arise, I feel like it's right up there with the rest of them, and that's why it's my game of the year. So.
Jay, on the platinum note, I looked at how many people have it.
Okay.
1,700 people have it.
Oh. Okay.
According to PSN profiles, 1,700.
That's a rare.
That's just on PSN, and that's just on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay.
You're a big deal, my guy.
Dude, I'm a celebrity. I'm a pro Tales of Arise gamer. Isn't that
bro?
Nuts?
Can I have your autograph? Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it, dude. That's a great list, and I knew you would have. That's why I loved hearing from like you and Tack too, right? Because you guys have, you know, like different flavor, different taste to the games that you love, and your list did not disappoint in that way.
You could have a different flavor too, Alex. You just have to like good games.
Okay.
Oh my lord.
Bro, 1v1 being Halo again. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll make it a thing this time. Listen, it was very close. And
it was very close.
You know, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, I know. But
and also Halo.
And
the truth. Yeah. But yeah, let's go. Don't you think I'm not waiting? Let's go.
Let's go.
Cancel the podcast. Let's go.
I love it. Quickly before we move off of 2021, I do want to give a quick shine to the list that we didn't hear from. Reiner, Miller, and Shay, very busy people, but EIC, his top 10 list was going from 10 to 1, Resident Evil Village, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, Metroid Dread, Horizon, Psychonauts, Deathloop, It Takes Two, number 1, Halo Infinite.
That's a very Reiner list.
That's a very Reiner list. Yeah.
Sure.
I'm honestly surprised Guardians didn't make his list. I thought he was higher on that. But yeah, Guardians is a good game. Matt Miller, 10 to 1. Griftlands at number 10. I think he's the only person who had Griftlands on his list.
Nice.
Returnal, Metroid Dread, Artful Escape, Deathloop. Hit Back for Blood at 5. That's another one that God, I loved that game, or I liked that game enough. It's in like my top 15. But you know, I think Kim had that on her list too. Forza Horizon 5, Destiny 2 at number 3, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut at 2, and Halo Infinite at 1. So another varied list there. And then finally, the beautiful man Brian Shea. He had Guardians at number 10. So he actually had that on the list. So Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Forgotten City, Metroid Dread, Ghost of Tsushima, Director's Cut, Inscription at 6, Far Cry 6 at 5, Returnal, Halo Infinite, Deathloop, Forza Horizon 5 for his game of the year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There's a lot. Like, I feel like we were pretty varied on our GOATys this year. Like, there's a lot of different takes on that. So yeah, there it is. So if y'all are just coming out of holiday break and want a reminder of what the best games are, you can go to GameInformer.com. We have our top 10 list there. You can check it out. Halo Infinite is our official game of the year, but we have wanted to show off everyone's tastes and what everyone was looking forward to. So, loved last year. But enough with 2021. I'm sick of it. I'm done with chip shortages and all that.
Leave it all behind.
Yeah, it's done. Even though I'm sure we have plenty more to go of that.
Surely anyway, bad things won't happen in the next year.
I'm scared to be hopeful for next year because we did this last year too. It was like, COVID's going to be done. We're going to be celebrating in the streets. It's going to be roaring 20s. And
listen, if you expect disappointment, you'll never be disappointed.
Yes, there you go. But this is why I love
Alex hasn't seen the movie that was quoting.
No. What movie is that?
Spider-Man.
No, I haven't at this point.
It's not a spoiler, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm very spoiled right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna get flagged now.
Yeah. So now we're gonna jump into our most anticipated games of 2022. So to my left here, I have the Game Informer release schedule as we know it now. So
GameInformer.com/2022.
Hit it, baby.
Wow, I like that. That's a good URL.
Yeah. Check that every day because I have a feeling you'll need to with some of the the ebbs and flows. I don't think we're out of delay season quite yet, but that's why this podcast is beautiful, is because we get to look at 2022 with hope in our eyes. We don't need to worry about delays. Everything is new and fresh, and I'm looking forward to it. So we're going down the list by month. I'm gonna list out the games that we know are coming or that have dates, right? We're not going to dive super deep into some of them, but there's discussion to be had about some of them, and we'll just scroll through the list. So we'll start as every year does in January, which I think
man, they don't miss that beat. Every year, like clockwork, we hit that January.
Yeah, just
they do a really good job with the years. I got to shout out to those devs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, one thing before we get started.
Hit me.
You should refresh the list here in a second because I'm updating it.
Okay. Oh, live television, folks.
We know why that happened. Alex had to put something on there that he liked.
No. Actually,
added a date.
It's not letting me update it, so never mind. Literally the first option, the first entry got delayed this morning.
Okay. All right. So we won't touch on. Do we know what month?
Yeah, it's March.
Okay, cool. I'll bring that up in March then. So without further ado, let's get into January here. So the first real game, January is light compared to what's coming after that, but there's still some good stuff compared to like 2021 was.
I think we're in for really a lot of surprise. Just to temper things, I think we're in for a lot of surprise releases too, as we are every year. So
yes, definitely.
And people will be looking to sneak those in to the blind spots, so to speak. So
yeah,
keep an eye out.
Yeah, I know I'm excited. I feel like there's probably a lot of devs who were, developing during COVID and we're like, we're not even gonna bother with the release date yet. We're just gonna let y'all know when we're closer. So that has me excited. But
I actually, I appreciate that instead of having to write up 7 different delay posts.
Yeah, for real. Thank you, devs. Monster Hunter Rise for PC is really the first entry, and that's January 12th, which is exciting to Monster Hunter fans. Jay, you were kind of lukewarm on it, but
yeah,
it's always exciting to have a new game on the system, on a new system like that, or not a new system, PC, but
new system, PC 2 coming 2022.
Yeah, depending on your graphics card, it could be new. So then we have the S.T.A.L.K.E.R. January 13th, and then God of War comes to PC as well, which is exciting for you PC sickos out there, because
hasn't S.T.A.L.K.E.R been out for like a decade now? Is this maybe I'm not up on that.
I'm not a big S.T.A.L.K.E.R guy, but
I'm not either. I've heard about it for a very long time. Like people.
Yeah, it's coming. It's of course a new console. It's been out forever, but it's coming to Switch on the 13th.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Cool. So check that out if you have a Switch and like the S.T.A.L.K.E.R. So God of War being there is exciting. I feel like the first big new game is Rainbow Six Extraction, which comes out on January 20th.
That's coming out in January?
Yeah, so they pushed that from October of last year, I believe, into January.
Oh yeah, it's been pushed, man. Okay.
Because that was Rainbow Six Quarantine back in the day.
Yes. That's an unfortunate title today, isn't it?
Yep, isn't it? Yeah. Alex, you've gotten to play some Extraction in October, right?
Yeah, I did. I went hands-on with it. I don't know if it was October or when it was.
Maybe it was it was around E3, wasn't it?
I don't even know.
Yes, E3.
I played the game though.
Yes.
I played it for a few hours. If you are a Rainbow Six Siege fan, this is an interesting interpretation of those characters and a new format for them to interact in. I honestly, the more that I think about this game and after playing it, I think this is going to more so invite a new audience into that universe. I don't know if the people, the competitive sickos who love to just throw hands and just go head to head with other teams, I don't know if they're going to find it as fulfilling as somebody who likes a more More of a almost like a classic Rainbow Six experience, like further back from Siege, like the older games, which are more. I mean, the oldest were single player games, but like going through a co-op scenario, and playing through a level together with your friends. I think that it does some interesting things with that. It's the scariest Rainbow Six game. There were several times where I was like screaming because like something was chasing me and I was like the only person left alive on my team. But yeah, Rainbow Six Extraction. If you are a co-op shooter fan, definitely keep an eye out for that. January 20th.
Cool. Yeah, that'll be a good kind of way to break up the winter doldrums. But so then we move from that to Windjammers 2, January 20th. Also comes out that day. And Baby Storm on January 21st. So, you Baby Storm fans.
What? What the hell is that?
I'm just picturing a tornado
it's a party
full of
game.
babies. Okay, yeah.
I mean,
we have a product listing on the website.
Yeah, I enjoy products, as does everyone here.
I don't know if you'll enjoy Baby Storm though, but who knows?
It's being published by Forever Entertainment. I don't know who that is.
Sweet. Let's go.
Baby Storm.
Yeah. Yo, y'all are clowns. Oh my god.
Believe that. It's only going to get better from here. Circuit Superstars is up next on January 27th, which I know everyone's clamoring for. They're going to play over the next title on January 28th, and that's Pokemon Legends Arceus, the big shooter of January here.
Yes.
Who knows?
Who knows? I hope though. This is one of my most anticipated games from next year.
I'm sorry for you.
Hey, Tack, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm on tax train here, but please go ahead.
Go on.
I am obviously a Pokey fan. I've been.
I hate that you call it that.
A Pokey fan?
He can call it whatever he wants. He's a
I'm a fan
fan.
I'm a fan of Pokemon.
I enjoy the pocket monsters. Is that better?
Yeah, please. More distinguished, sir.
Yes, quite. Yes. Take my Charizard with a nice...
I do love to dabble in the pocket monsters.
With
yes.
a candy and a side of fava
We could
beans.
improve the games tenfold just by adding that accent and having them talk to each other like that.
Yeah. Here's where I'm at with Pokemon, though. I played Diamond, beat Diamond last year, late last year. Still actually was playing the end game and post game long after I was done, which I wasn't expecting because that game is just too damn easy. Like, I don't care what you say. I know it's a kid's game, right? But the 8 opening gyms of that is just so easy. And then you get to the Elite Four, and it's actually like, hey, you know that there's trainers in this world who don't just go off of one freaking type. You have multiple, and it's great. And it's like, it provided such a challenge that I was blown away. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I now get why people love this generation. That needs to happen in Legends Arceus, and I don't know if it's going to. Because there's a lot on the table for Arceus to be great. It's not the open world sensation that some people were hoping, but it is that Monster Hunter style of specific open worlds that are connected, right? That's my understanding of
I mean, so it's instanced areas. I don't know. I haven't been following it since we all thought it was an open world game at the onset, right? I guess they've dialed down into being like, you queue up into an instance and then you can roam around within that realm and then you go back home. Is that it?
That's my understanding. Which I think is a better call for them and the Switch, just because if they tried to go full Breath of the Wild, like some people were hoping, I feel like it would just like, I don't know. I feel like that just wouldn't run. I feel like them taking a smaller step is probably best for Game Freak. But to quote Jesse Vitelli on last year's Game Awards show, that game has everything to prove and everything to lose. It is. I feel like the hype.
Does it have a whole lot to lose? I think the people who are the people who are already into Pokemon and the ones that'll come out in the comments saying that I'm a jerk. Those ones, they are diehards. They are ride or die on Pokemon, and even with some of the maybe becoming disenchanted with it, throughout the years, a lot of people have, like, the diehards are always going to be there. So the games are always going to be there. I hope that I do hope that this game is awesome.
Yeah,
I really do. Like, I would love for this to be a new Pokemon experience that I can sink my teeth into and enjoy.
Yeah.
So.
because I would love, and I've talked about this a lot, but like I would love for this to become a series in its own right, and just like then we go explore the history of Hoenn and Kanto and Johto. Like there's a lot of cool stuff that they can do with this, but I feel like if this game scores below like an 8, internet's on fire. Like people are losing their minds. So
can that happen to a Pokemon game?
I mean, that's the thing about Pokemon that I think if you take a step out of the Reddit and our timeline world, right? And I think that's probably why we're getting some of these the lack of difficulty and challenge, right? The rest of the world is just eating it up, I think there's a very
sure. It is possibly the world's most recognizable and powerful IP out of all of the IPs in the entire world. So yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't want more.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not saying we shouldn't, right? But it's just it's interesting having.
I mean, I got a Pikachu right there, man.
Yeah, I got Pikachu right here. I'm part of the problem. Hello, this is the tech boy himself. You got it. Let's see it, Tack. Tack for the audio listeners. Yep, and you got Christmas Pikachu right there.
Wow.
Oh wait.
You got something else too?
Is that in the store?
Happy holidays from Christmas Pikachu. What up?
Santa Chew.
Oh my goodness.
See, I freaking love Pikachu. All right. Yeah. Pokemon, please make cool games. Thanks.
Van Aken is left the building now. He's looking for something. I don't know what he's looking for right now. But while he's looking, I loved all the new designs of the Pokemon that they've shown. What is this? Oh, is it the pin?
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah.
It's a Pikachu and Bulbasaur Christmas pin. They're sliding down a hill.
Oh,
that's so cute.
That is very cute.
Yeah, very nice. So yeah,
I wanted to be included. I'm sorry.
Well, you gotta be. It's great. You got to be included, right? I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I didn't. My attitudes toward Pokemon have not always been this way. I grew up with those games, and I love those games. And
yeah,
yep.
You need more.
I hope that this game is awesome.
Yeah,
let's find out.
And whether we want to or not, we're gonna find out on January 28th. So that's the biggest game of January. We also have on the same day we have Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, which actually I'm excited about because, gentlemen, little trade secret from the House of Al here: never played the last Uncharted game or Lost Legacy.
The House of Al. I like this. Let's keep that going. Let's
Uncharted
go.
4 is the best one.
Yeah, wait, you didn't play Uncharted 4?
No, I've only ever played 1 and 2 because
it's
I wasn't
the only reason to play the first 3.
Yeah,
is so that you understand the story of 4.
Oh, really? I played 1 and then I just played 4.
Oh, really? I played in like 2016 before 4 came out. I played all 3 for the first time. Uncharted 1, skip that. That game is
it's
cheeks.
It's poop. Yeah, it is cheeks. Yeah, I was trying to censor myself to. Yeah, it's cheeks.
Uncharted 2, cool set piece moments. Same with 3, but just like maybe just get to 4. You played the first 3?
I played the first 2, but like so now I have the month, right? I can play 3 before the 28th. Like I got time. Alex, look at me. I got time. If I'm not worried about you,
or just play 4,
But I want to play it with the PS5 upgrades, though. You see what I'm saying? I want to wait till Legacy comes out, even though I think I have 4 already, which is a waste of money. But regardless, anyways, so I'm looking forward to that just because, like I said, I haven't finished that series. So, looking forward to doing so. So then January is like, I feel like January is kind of like stretching, like, and then we go sicko mode right away into February because, oh my Lanta, even though we've had some things like moving and shaking, doesn't matter. This month is nutty. And it kicks off pretty quickly so we have Life is Strange Remastered Collection coming to all systems on February 1st, which actually we don't have to spend a ton of time on that. I'm excited because the newest Life is Strange True Colors was amazing, and I kind of want to experience those old games now, and it's coming to Switch, so that feels like a no-brainer for me. Next up, we have the Waylanders on PC February 2nd. No clue what that is. Because
it's a Kickstarter game.
Oh, okay.
I
wish them well.
From BioWare's Mike Laidlaw as a creative consultant. I'm looking at our headline from 2018.
That's a good headline.
Yeah. Okay. But it's going up against some pretty heavy competition because on February 4th, this little game called Dying Light 2 finally arrives on all major systems. And Switch, which is bananas. But anyways,
I am dying to play this.
You're dying to play Dying Light? All right, I like it.
Depending on the day, this is my most anticipated game of 2022.
Okay.
Wow. You know, as today, I'm gonna say that because it's hyperbolic and fun to say. Tomorrow, maybe it'll be, you know, I don't know, Stalker 2. Who knows? Not Stalker 2, but yeah, Dying Light 2 to Stay Human or whatever. Whatever that dumb title is.
Stay Human.
Yeah.
I am excited for that.
Good. What about it is so intriguing to you? Because there's a lot of great games on this list. Like, what's standing above the other ones?
I mean, the first game was just so underrated. I felt like I think it eventually got its due, but like when it first came out, it was definitely like one of those slept-on games. And I slept on it originally, and then like later in that year, I went and played. I was like, oh my god, this is like Mirror's Edge with zombies. I love this. The parkour systems are so great. They look even smoother and more, you know, varied in the sequel. The fact that there's a paraglider, dude, I cannot wait. And also, like, I think it's probably going to. The more I've sat on it, I don't think it's, you know, the marketing is like aiming for some very lofty goals with the narrative, that, you know, probably won't pay off. But I was excited that they were, you know, trying to you know, up the ante. But regardless, just the gameplay loop of Dying Light was great, and so I can't wait to see that in the sequel. So I'm stoked.
For sure. I feel like that's a game where like gameplay trumps most of the other stuff that's going on in, even though like
who cares? Like, it's just a zombie apocalypse.
We've been there.
A cool world. Let me do my thing.
I'm excited to see what, you know, they're putting heavier names in it, like Rosario Dawson's in it, like, you know, so they have some sort of, you know, excitement over the story. So I'm curious to see what that was. Jay, Tak, are y'all hyped for Dying Light 2 at all? Jay, we can start with you.
Kind of. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Like I played a little bit of the original back in the day. God, I can't even really. I don't remember too much. Nighttime was scary. That I remember that nighttime was effective and scary. So if I were to pick up the second one, I'm interested in seeing like how they've sort of revitalized that sort of loop of like nighttime and exploration at night. And I can't remember exactly what the zombie types were called for the nighttime sequences, but I'm interested in seeing the metamorphosis of those over the years now that they've been working on the game for so long. But
there's so many damn zombie names now. I can't keep track either. Clickers, boomers, screamers. I don't know. Tak, how about you?
No, not at all. No. I hope the people that are excited for it and waiting for it, I hope that they get the game that they want. It's not really my thing.
For sure. Never change, Dan Tak. We love you.
I don't plan to.
Love you, Tak. Yeah, that's great.
Next up, Ollie Ollie World. I know Blake was excited for this. Alex, I think you're excited for it. Indie skateboarding game. The third in that series, right? Something like that. Yeah. We have an NGT up from last year, or maybe even before that, of that. So if you're curious about it, go check it out. That's February 8th, so 4 days after Dying Light. This comes out on February 8th along with Sifu, which, if you watched any of our stuff last year on it, went from being a passing fancy for me to being like, I think saying one of my most anticipated is hyperbolic, but it is day one now, because that combat in that game is so good and so crisp, and the way enemies and your character reacts to the environment around you is fantastic. And I'm very excited to see, because I got to play a demo of just the second chapter, you know, when you have some abilities, you're figuring some stuff out, and I thought it was a perfect slice of just hardcore ass kicking up and down, very cinematic, like, and it just felt so good. It's just like if you took something like the Arkham combat and just brought it up a level in terms of like environmental action and stuff like that, because you use the environment around you, whether that is the furniture or beer bottles or bats, just beat the living snot out of people, and it feels so satisfying. And that for me is enough for that game, because I'm curious about the story and what the aging mechanic, how that ties into the narrative. But yeah, after getting my hands on it, I was really taken with it. So I'm very excited for that game. I will definitely be playing that on February 8th. So I don't know if y'all have any sort of hype. We can keep moving if you want to, but
no, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued, especially after hearing you and others talk about it. I haven't played it myself, but hey, anytime you tell me a game has good combat, I'm gonna at least give it a shot. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. And that's a PlayStation 5, 4, and PC joint. So Tak, you'll get to play it on PC. So there you go.
Why, thank you, Alex. Thanks for letting me do that.
I talked to the boys over at S.T.A.L.K.E.R. We took care of it for you. The Dan Tak edition coming day one. Next up, February 10th, we're finally getting the Crossfire X story or campaign from Remedy.
Thank God. I was waiting for that.
That's been one. It felt like the Artful Escape too, where it was like every E3 they showed this game. And it looks like we're finally getting that stateside, because that's been out. Crossfire X has been out overseas, right?
No, Crossfire X is like a remastered version.
That's what it is.
Of
which has like a single player component again, right? Because Crossfire has been. It's confusing. Crossfire is like the Counter-Strike overseas, right? It's like one of those.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we'll be able to play it in the States, I believe, like in an official capacity. Cool. So they're bringing over some of like the fan favorite maps and multiplayer, that kind of thing, and everything is like I think it's like a new engine and stuff. I was reading about it because I'm not interested in the campaign whatsoever, but I like free to play shooters. Like I'll give it a shot. Why not? Maybe even for just like a weekend, but. The gameplay of the multiplayer seemed, standard, but it is such a beloved series overseas that I am curious to see what it's about.
Yeah, and I think I will. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not, to be honest. But like the fact that Remedy is doing the campaign has me marginally interested, because Remedy has been on such a hot streak lately. So curious, but we'll have to wait and see what that one looks like. So. No by Heart comes to PC February 10th. Lost Ark comes to PC on February 11th.
Now that's you should be excited about that one.
Okay, let's get into it. What is this game?
It's basically an MMORPG, but with Diablo style gameplay. So isometric Diablo style gameplay. It looks beautiful, by the way. It's like 7 years old. A Korean MMORPG. So they've got tons of stuff. This is obviously being published here in the West by Amazon Games.
Okay.
I've played the beta. It's actually it's quite good. It's very, very polished. Obviously, they've had many years to do it overseas, right? So
yeah.
Oh wow, I'm looking at it right now. This thing is gorgeous.
It's a very pretty game that again has all the cool stuff that an MMO gives you, but with again Diablo style combat.
That instantly got me interested, because I love Diablo style combat. Don't necessarily love MMOs, so
this one should be on your radar. So it's, to be very clear, it's not a Diablo game. The combat is like Diablo.
Sure.
The framework of the game is definitely more of a traditional MMORPG with dungeon crawls and raids and all that fun stuff.
Oh, dude, what? Dan, is there PvP at all?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Crafting and and base building.
Oh my God.
Wow. It's got it all, baby. Yeah, you get your own. You get your own like via to grow on an island. You get your own island mansion,
dude.
Whoa. Okay.
This instantly just shot up my list on.
Yeah, I want to make sure this what I want. Hey, we're anticipating it. This is extremely highly anticipated for me. Not like number one or anything, but you should have an eye on this one.
Yeah.
All right,
bro. February just keeps filling up. Like it's nutty, because then. We go from Lost Ark to Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. 9
gold, baby.
Yeah.
Somebody cool me down. I was really waiting for this one.
Wow.
Woo! Wow. Jay, are you a Dynasty Warriors sicko?
Dude, I love Empires, man. Like, don't hate on Empires. There's some good stuff in there. Listen, anything that has romance in it, I'm sold. All right. Like,
wait, this has. Nah, dude,
Empire.
Burn it all down. Why are you gonna have a Muso style game with romance options, dude?
Bro, because you can go back to your village hub and and speak to people. You can have a brother and a sister.
The way that you
a partner
tore apart those 1,000 soldiers was so hot.
1,000 now. 1,000 was like the old games. Now it's got to be at least 10,000 to even like raise an eyebrow.
Yeah.
Listen, it's epic, right? And in epic things, there's romance involved.
I don't want to yuck your yum. I'm sorry, Jay.
True.
Wow.
Yeah, this man's excited.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
That's messed up of me. That's messed up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I sincerely apologize.
No, you're good. You're good, man. I mean, I
hope
get
you have fun with that mediocre game. Truly.
BA,
oh my
do this stuff, like get a burner account. You know,
just for that.
I'm
just for
burning
that,
all the bridges, baby.
I'm gonna let it feature every day just for that. I want to fill the website.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Dynasty Warriors, I actually like have fond memories as a kid.
You're just
like
saving
checking
face
it out.
now.
Yeah,
I mean, I do too. But you know,
I didn't like my time with
fill
it
as a kid. That was enough, right?
But
I get it.
I didn't like my time with it, but the excitement I felt when I was like, wait, you can fight all these dudes? Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jay, just bottle that, right? Just save it for when he gets hyped about something else. Yeah.
Got you. Yep.
I give you full permission to dunk
Get
on
him.
me
Get
later.
ready to chill him out on one of his hype trains here.
Absolutely.
It's like, bro, Dying Light 2? Have you seen the subtitle of that? Get out of here.
Stay human.
Moving through February, we got King of Fighters 15.
Let's go! Not really.
on the 17th. I know John Carson is genuinely excited about that game. Total War Warhammer 3 for PC on the 17th as well. And then another Big Daddy, Horizon Forbidden West is dropping on February 18th. One of the PlayStation 5's biggest games of the year, which we can talk about the other one later. But Horizon's coming back. Actually, was our cover story recently, which is very exciting. If you want to learn more, go check that out. I do, and I will. I am excited for this. I am still. This is hard because I don't know where I'm at in Horizon right now. I'm playing it again to get ready for this new one. But it's weird because I see everyone else really excited for this, and I understand why. Just, Forbidden West, I've bounced off it twice. I'm getting through it now, but
because it's forbidden.
It is forbidden. See, it's taboo. It's the forbidden fruit. I know like Kim and Marcus are huge Horizon fans. I don't know if Jay, are you a pretty big Horizon fan? No,
the first one bored me very quickly.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry to say. Yeah,
no. Like I said, I've bounced off it a couple of times. I understand that perspective. I like Aloy, but it didn't do enough when it first came out to like pull me away from Breath of the Wild, right? But that's why I'm playing through it now. So we can move on from that one, but
I don't know. I feel like robotic dinosaurs kind of lame. I don't know. I know that's like really. I know that's aggressive.
Hey, okay.
I'm the nice guy.
I like the game, but to come after robotic dinosaurs.
The minute I say one thing, dude,
I feel bad about what I said about Dynasty Warriors now. It's made like Horizon throat.
I was quiet. You don't have to like Horizon. By the way, I liked Horizon. I liked Horizon.
Did you?
I don't love Horizon, but I like Horizon. I'll play this one.
Okay.
But you can come at Horizon. Horizon doesn't need me to defend it. But robot dinosaurs, come on, man. You gotta, come on.
Yeah. You gotta get with that, Jay. Jay, I agree with almost everything you say. That one was a deal breaker for me.
If I wanted to play Power Rangers, I'd just go check out Power Rangers Dino Force or whatever.
What are you gonna come after next? Ninja Pirates? Come on, man.
So if you want to learn more about Horizon, it's out there. A lot of people excited for it. I think this is probably the worst crew to talk about Horizon that we could have pulled.
No, I have a lot of that's a game that I always feel bad that I kind of bounced off of because I know there's a lot of.
What do you want from me?
I am planning to give it another shot because I was one of the people like Breath of the Wild derailed it for me. But I have always been the prospect of Robo Dinos in a reclaimed America has always kind of intrigued me. So
it's not silly to y'all. It doesn't seem silly,
bro. It's dinosaurs, but they're robots.
What?
Like they got crazy.
It doesn't take much more than that to sell me on it.
guys, what is
like turrets and
happening?
stuff, but they're dinosaurs,
Oh
man.
my goodness.
I don't know.
Oh
This
my
should be
goodness.
something that instantly goes, "Yup, in. Let's go."
It seems like some like fluff show on Showtime or something, you know? I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I'd be watching. I'd be subscribing to Showtime.
Sign me up. I'll get that. I'll get Paramount Plus. I'll get Peacock Plus. I'll get Showcase. Yeah, give me all of those as long as they got robot dinosaurs.
I love it. Yeah. Jay Guisao's been away for 3 months and he's cooking with that gas today.
I'm gonna get canceled. I can't come back for another like year.
Oh, I love it. Moving on to a game that I think Alex is going to be very excited about. We got Destiny 2: The Witch Queen, February 22nd. Dan, I don't think you're a Destiny sicko, right?
I've played a lot of Destiny and Destiny 2. Possibly more than you. I don't know.
Oh, definitely. I haven't played it.
Let me check my hours. But yeah, that's a game that I go to, and I'm gonna try not to this time actually, just because I go back for every expansion. I play it really hardcore for a few weeks.
Okay.
And then it just goes off again. So normally I'd probably just dip my toes back in again and expect that to happen again. And fine, I enjoy the time that I spend with it while I'm playing.
Yeah.
But since February is so packed, I don't know if that's going to happen this time around.
Yeah.
We'll see.
For real.
Like I've been doing the Destiny thing for forever, but it's been a go back, and it's been an on and off kind of thing cycle, like pretty much always for me. I love Gambit. Gambit is like one of my favorite things. I wish other devs would do something cool with a mode like that.
Yeah.
I love, like, when I go back, it's always like, oh, I got to do these things. Like, no, I'm just going to play Gambit all day. And I don't know. I just love that mode. But yeah, based on February schedule, I probably won't dive into this. Yeah. Not because I don't like it. Again, I've been an on and off Destiny guy forever, but
we'll talk about why in a second.
Yeah, you'll be busy with Empires, right?
Final Fantasy VI remaster.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. Alex Van Aken, you're very excited for Witch Queen, right?
I would say maybe remove the very. I'm excited for Witch Queen. I can't even say the name.
I would like some witch cream in my coffee today, please.
I'm excited for witch. I sound like a little kid trying to see witch cream. Like that's how my little brother pronounces video games. Yeah, Destiny 2: The Witch Queen. I am excited. I want to check it out, but kind of like Dan said, it comes out 3 days before the biggest game of the month, maybe the biggest game of the year. It comes out like a week after Lost Ark, and that's already, I'm already after Dan talked about it.
Trust me on that one. You're gonna get it's lit. Okay.
Yeah.
Like we already like the thing is we don't have to wait to see because we already it's been out.
It's been out, yeah.
And it's been a thing for a long time. It's gonna be surprising to a lot of people.
Cool.
Yeah. So ideally, if I had all the time in the world, or if we're streaming it or something, I'll check it out. That'll probably be something I come back to later in 2022.
Cool.
But I would like to play it.
Okay. Cool. I can dig that. Because then we'll go through these ones quick. But so between now and what we're about to talk about, Monarch comes to PlayStation System, Switch, and PC on February 22nd.
People are excited for that one. That is like,
are they really?
Wow. It's supposed to be like a Persona style game, right?
Cool.
Mm-hmm. I've heard a couple people talking about it. I've heard 3 people talking about it, but
the internet is ablaze with Monarch.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's wow.
But I mean, it was
like,
yeah, I know. I just have a feeling. I'm not telling this game very well. I don't have any horse in this race. I'm not going to play it, but I hear rumblings from the 3 people I've heard talk about it.
I hear rumblings too. It's almost lunchtime. Yeah. What does that mean?
Look at us, all these jokesters on the show this week. Man,
what a good time.
Goodness. Just a couple of pals having fun this week.
Just joshing around.
Oh,
yeah. Martha is Dead is a horror game that comes out on February 24th. And then the biggest of daddies. I've said that a lot today, but this one is like, I think Alex is right, probably the most anticipated for next year. And that is Elden freaking Ring on 100%. February 25th. The From Comes Home. We've been waiting.
Oh boy.
From Comes Home.
Miyazaki.
That's a tagline for this.
A prodigal son returns. You've heard us so many times. We're gonna open our arms. Come on home. We're gonna get hurt again. Oh my Lanta. Oh my goodness. Who knew if it was gonna be real? It was real. Shoe footage be damned. It's here. I went from just being like, okay, another From game I'm gonna bounce off of, to like, oh my lord, what are they doing here? Once we saw gameplay, I am probably the least qualified to talk about it here because I know Dan is excited, Alex is excited. Jay, I don't know what your level of hype is for it.
Super excited.
Okay, cool. Dan, do you just want to? I'll just shut up and you can talk a little bit.
I mean, what do you want me to say that hasn't already been said? Based on what we've played with the game so far, if we extrapolate that to a full game, this will easily be game of the year, From's best game of all time, maybe the best game of all time. Period. It's an incredible game from what we've seen and played so far. Just that slice alone was enough to show me what they're working with, and it is something incredible and amazing. And hey, sure, maybe the game could fall apart in the second half. We've seen it happen, right? But why we would expect that for this title? There is no reasonable expectation for that. This game is going to be amazing. Get it on your radar. I'm going to play 1,000 hours of this game easily.
Yeah. Dan, best game ever. You do know Super Mario 3D World is out there, right?
Game ever. I swear to God, that that hurt.
Also, I lost a lot of respect for Wes last week when he said that.
I can't follow that conversation at all. But yeah, I think this will be From's best game. I think it will overthrow Bloodborne as one of my favorite games of all time. I mean, and here's the thing: I don't think it's going to be difficult. I think it's going to do it handily, based on what we played. So I don't think it's even going to be close. This is going to set a new standard that everyone else can chase in the Souls-like sphere for the next decade.
This man is bringing the hype. That fire, baby.
I love it. When Dan talks like that, I love it, dude. I get excited for it.
He doesn't talk about it that much. He doesn't.
I never talk about games like this because they don't come around often. But they pulled it off. Okay. Again, this is all preceding. We haven't played but everything we have seen and played indicates this is going to be the most incredible thing. I mean, what else? Wow. Get in.
Yeah.
Get in. If you haven't played a Souls game before or whatever, get in anyway. The open world will pad the experience a bit for those who want to, go, because in a Souls like you can feel like you're being constrained, like you have to beat the next boss. Since you can go anywhere and do anything, that won't be the case here. You got a billion other things to do if you find yourself caught between a rock and a hard place. So
definitely,
this game will defy and destroy all expectations, and if it isn't the game of the year next year, I'll be very surprised.
Wow,
that's amazing.
Wow. I don't know how anyone follows that. I know I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yep. Cool. Well, we actually don't have long to wait now. It's February 25th, very soon. Also,
that's like tomorrow.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Grid Legends, February 25th, holding that date down.
I feel for Grid Legends. It's
gotta be delayed, right?
A bad day for Grid Legends.
I guess I don't know how like supply chain works in that way, but it's like if they already like signed on with like the vendors and already have the overhead with it, then you're kind of just banking on hoping that racing fans aren't.
That's true. I don't know what kind of overlap there is between those two, right? So
yeah, and that could be like a good like change of pace game from Elden Ring. I don't know, man. Just good luck.
Yikes! Don't do it, dude.
Yeah,
it's not happening. I'm sorry.
Take a break, take a breather. Just 1 week later, you'll be fine. But actually, not really.
Because Elden Ring, that's a game that I think you could probably play for 48 hours straight.
Oh,
like just unchained. Okay, just like that little network test. I must have put 20 plus hours into that thing, and it's a small part of that world, a minuscule part of that world. Oh my God. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I think this is going to be similar to Witcher 3 for me, where it's like it took me a year to beat Witcher, but it was worth it when I finally did. So I'm anticipating that for Elden as well. Moving to March, which maybe doesn't hit the highs of February, but also is stacked, especially in comparison to 2021. Alex 2 on March 1st and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous come out both on March 1st. Not what I was talking about, but I'm sure interesting games in their own right.
No, Pathfinder is actually quite good. I'm assuming it's coming to console then. That's exciting. Actually, be on the lookout for that one.
PS4 and Xbox One. So.
It's no Divinity Original Sin 2 or anything, but in the world of like CRPGs, it's a high quality experience that you will enjoy.
Cool. There you go. You heard it from TAC. Then March 2nd, we get Babylon's Fall, which hasn't previewed well, we shall say. I think.
And why hasn't it previewed well, Alex? Let's go down this rabbit hole.
I can only tell you what I've read from tweets and headlines and articles, but it sounds like it plays like a mess. It doesn't feel great. So be very curious because this is the platinum joint, if I'm not mistaken, right?
This one has been in. God, we first saw this many years. This has obviously had a interesting development cycle, changing tack a few times. Yeah, I'm gonna dip my toes in the water. If it's cold, then they'll take them out of the pool.
I'm curious because there's another game on this in March that I think you'll maybe have a similar take to. I don't know though. We'll find out. Gran Turismo 7 launches March 4th. So like a big couple of months for PlayStation. They're finally getting their Forza competitor, which is weird because in olden days, Forza was like the answer to Gran Turismo, right? But I feel like that series has overtaken Gran Turismo in popularity. But it's been a long time coming and we're finally going to get, gorgeous cars. I'm not a racing simulator guy. I like the more arcade stuff like Jay talked about earlier, but beautiful game. I know a lot of PlayStation people really love that game. So I'm excited for them. That comes out on the 4th. The game I'm more excited about genuinely on the 4th is Triangle Strategy, which terrible name. Like 2022, fix y'all's naming convention.
I can't wait for the next great JRPG, Rock, Paper, Scissors, 7.75. Under the evening tree. I can't wait. I can't wait for that one.
Incredible.
Yeah.
This is from Square. They did Project Octopath Traveler, which they dropped the project for that, and that at least made a little more sense to me because 8 characters, 8 paths. It sounded a little bit more not romantic, but it sounded like a video game name. Here they were just like Triangle Strategy. We're just going to tell you exactly what it is right here. But that shouldn't dissuade you because if you liked Octopath, it's a similar visual style where it's that beautiful HD, like 2.5 pixel art. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I mean, I know what you're talking about. Do you know what you're talking about?
It's that's a good question, actually. Yeah.
It's pixel art, but in a 3D lighting.
But the
3D lighting, volumetric lighting, all that.
Yeah.
The pixel art, the sprites cast shadows behind them. All that.
And I got to play we all got to play the demo 2021 when they shadow dropped it during one of the Nintendo digital events. And I really liked it. I'm not usually a strategy game guy, but that visual style is so alluring to me. Like I probably put like 90 to 100 hours into Octopath. Like I loved Octopath. I also I think I wouldn't have put as much time into it if I had internet when I first got it, but I literally like 3 months didn't have internet.
Oh, you were doing so good, Alex. You don't need to tell me.
But I loved it. Like if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have played that much of it, but like I just kept coming back to it because of the visuals, because of the gameplay of it. And obviously strategy is different. What are you looking at? Don't smile at me.
Did you like the medieval?
I'm looking at the list. I'm just laughing.
Oh, okay.
Did you like the medieval styled writing of Octopath?
I thought it was
90 hours, huh?
Favorite part, but I still liked it. It wasn't enough to dissuade me down there.
Dude, you were like basically living in that world.
I
like 90 hours.
I was on one of the paths. It was great.
All tomorrow today. Yeah. That's Twilight Moon Hunters.
Yeah.
Jess oh my goodness!
What the hell are you talking? Why are you talking like that?
Man, this is really compelling.
Yeah. I can't be the only one excited for this game.
I'm excited. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for the game because obviously we hope that it's gonna serve up a lot of that Final Fantasy Tactics feel and the politicking though and stuff like that I when the game goes into like, hey, let's talk about why this territory is attacking that territory for 3 hours and then like have a vote I can't think of anything more boring in the entire world than voting in a video game. My God.
The viceroys and the Trade Federation.
I mean, because it's already a strategy game, right? Which I think is awesome and I love. But this isn't exactly a high kinetic experience here, right? So when you throw in like, yes, verily, the king of the South has declared a decree. We must vote in unison, and then you spend like 20 minutes going to like talk to people about what their vote's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather just grab a tub of ice cream and moose tracks and eat that than do that part of the game. But the combat,
we need more JRPGs where you can just kill the quest giver.
The combat was great. The combat was great. It really is tapping into that Final Fantasy Tactics style and play. It's good. That part's great.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just hold down the button to skip all of the politics. Thanks. All right.
See what the rest of it is. So moving on from Triangle Strategy, we have Spellforce 3 Reforced on March 8th. We have Chocobo GP for Switch on March 10th. That's the Final Fantasy kart racer.
Let's go. Listen, I don't know about you, but I've always wanted to ride a Choco, and we're doing it. We're doing it.
Are you? Because he's driving a car.
No, I'm actually not interested in this game at all. Let's go.
The next game, which recently announced, which I am very excited for, is Tunic. Is coming to Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One and PC on the 16th of March.
I don't know if I'm still allowed to be hype about this game. It's been like, what, how many billions of years? Like, it feels like the Tunic has been a game for a decade now.
I want to say 2018, 2017, around there. Like,
so it had a different name before. It had a different name before it was Tunic. I remember I was at a PAX and I saw it for the first time ever.
Okay.
And I think we got it in the issue that PAX, but that feels like several lifetimes ago, not just one.
Yeah.
I am really.
It was originally called Secret Legend.
Of Zelda.
Good name change.
I think and before we move off of it, I think what's exciting about this was when I got to actually play it in that demo, because I was like, okay, cool, this is going to be Legend of Zelda, kind of like Death's Door was, right? But then I was like, oh no, this is a lot more challenging than that. It definitely, you can't just spam X and win, right? You have to be careful with your dodging and attacking, even more so than like Death's Door. And then mix that with the latest trailer that showed some really awesome particle and lighting effects and some really cool looking bosses. And I'm very excited for it. I'm happy this is a real thing. I'm looking for, that's one of my most anticipated for March for sure. So looking forward to that. Up next, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax for PS4, Switch, and PC on the 17th. I thought that was going to be Persona 4 Golden or whatever coming to Switch at the Game Awards, but it was not. Jesse seemed excited about it, though. Don't know too much about it. Then here's
I like this. Let's use that one. Let's keep using that one. Jesse seemed excited about it.
I have a source that probably says that was one of the 3 people who were excited about Alex. One game, Monarch or whatever. Yep.
Yeah.
I thought so. Dan Tack, take us away with this one.
Hey.
Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin.
I am so hyped for this game. You have no idea. I'm not even joking.
Wait,
I am.
You're lying.
I'm not. I've played both the demos. I think this is great. I think that game experiences are varied creatures. And yes, story is ridiculous and stupid, but at least it knows it is, and it leans into it 100%. I could just play a bad story. We got hundreds of those out there I can play through that try to keep a straight face. This one doesn't care. I think that's awesome. Just forget it. Throw the whole book out the window for story and just say, let's get in there, edgy Jack. Let's get it, Garlic.
Chaos.
Let's take Final Fantasy 1, which is a really great Final Fantasy, actually, one of my faves. Just because it's just it's a classic, okay? Yeah. And you take that world, turn it into this Neo-esque escapade where you're just bashing through goblins and Sagahins and all these other things from Final Fantasy 1. Like, it's great. This game doesn't care. And I think that's awesome. I want into this world. I am in 100% day one, 1,000,000,000%. I'm not kidding.
100%.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm super highly anticipated on this one.
Okay.
It's got all the great combat of Neo, really tough as balls boss fights. Cool classes. Basically, they take all the Final Fantasy classes and you can you can tweak your playstyle around those. Class swapping. Final Fantasy creatures, Final Fantasy 1 environments, rearrange soundtracks in Final Fantasy 1, rearrange locations in Final Fantasy 1. Half the people have never played Final Fantasy 1, so they're not even. Who cares? Get in there. Smash pirates. Get the ship. Get an airship. Who cares? Kill Tiamat. Let's go. I am in 1 billion%.
Tak, you are truly an agent of chaos.
Have fun with it. All right?
I'm here for it. Yeah.
Nothing would be more boring than this game was like, we're trying to recreate the story of Final Fantasy 1 in its purest form. Who cares? No, just go all out. Yeah. Give me that cell phone. Just get wild. I want to get completely effing wild in that game. Let's go.
I think you'll have your opportunity to when it comes out on March 18th if you're still not playing Elden Ring.
I will probably be in an Elden Ring coma, but I will be. That is day one.
Slide the controller into your hands or your mouse.
Again, I am not being. This is not a joke. No. I am legitimately extremely hyped for this game.
Which I think actually makes it more funny to me because I was just expecting you to just destroy this thing. But
yeah, me too. Me too. I was looking forward to it. Damn.
Don't worry, there'll be plenty of other games that I can take down on this.
That's why I'm looking forward to the new year. So closing the year out, or excuse me, the month out, we have Rune Factory 5 on March 22nd for Switch. The last big one for March, but something I'm genuinely excited for, is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands on March 25th for PS5, Xbox, PlayStation, Xbox One, PC. I loved the first two Borderlands games, fell off. I'm looking forward to this being in that bizarre fantasy D&D realm. I think they could just do some wacky stuff with it. I think Borderlands 3 shooting is still fantastic. The humor was not as didn't land for me as much as like a lot of people, but I'm excited to just kind of roam the Wonderland with the fellas, just looting and shooting. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if y'all are. Jay, I know you're a shooter guy, but
I'm a shooter guy, but I don't know. Nah. I like Borderlands 2 a lot, but I haven't really been as into Borderlands.
Yeah, which is fair. Yeah. VA, Tak, you good on this one? Keep going.
This gets I'll probably play it for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not also the hype train isn't like careening off the walls going down the track for this one. It's just kind of like bang. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Okay, cool. And then Starship Troopers Tarian Command comes out March 31st on PC.
Let's go, boys!
I just had mild heart palpitations. Just I don't know what that is, but I don't want to
know. Wasn't that like Scientologist propaganda, that first movie?
Like, not that I know of.
Okay, maybe I'm making that up. Maybe that was something else, but that's what I thought it was for some reason.
March 31st, we have Weird West, by the way.
Okay, so that's when that comes out. Got it. I don't know.
I've updated the list.
Okay.
I don't know much about it. It's an indie game by Devolver Digital, being developed by Wolfeye Studios. I think Wes went hands-on with it recently in November. We have a preview up about it. And he says, quote, Weird West is the upcoming isometric twin-stick shooter from Wolfeye Studios. Yada, yada, yada. A relatively new developer headed by former Prey and Dishonored co-creators. It doesn't take long to feel their immersive sim handprints. In fact, once you're through the basics of Weird West twin-stick shooter action, the same combat scenario experience in games like Dishonored makes an appearance, and it's a delight. Okay.
All right. I love that this podcast is just Alex learning about the games he's going to get excited for this year.
Yeah.
That's what the point of this is, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Might have to play this game.
Yeah. There you go.
Adding it to my list.
It has been added. April rolls around. This is where things start to get really light. So bear with us here.
Okay.
13
this is where known quantities get to be light. We're going to have, if you don't think there's going to be more announcements and stuff coming out and games dropping.
Oh,
don't worry, folks.
But I mean, literally right now, like there are probably 2 or 3 games per month.
I got you.
So April kicks off with 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim coming to Switch on April 12th. I know a lot of people really like that game. Jay, you like that game, right?
Yeah, I did like that game. I did like it a lot. I'm excited for Switch players to be able to check it out.
Yeah, really cool. That feels like a good Switch game. I know Juba and Miller really liked it too, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know if really is the right word, but I think they liked it.
Yeah.
And then the biggest game of this month, at least right now, that I think we need, I think we need a gameplay trailer over too to remind people why people should be excited about this. But Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl comes to Xbox Series X/S and PC on the 28th.
This is actually high for me.
This game looks incredible, like visually stunning. I think people have a bad taste in their mouth from the recent NFT kerfuffle that they were gonna initially, the developer was going to sell the rights to being in the game to be an NPC, and then the community was like, "Nah, fam, that ain't it." And then they're like, "Nah, but it's gonna be great, and you're helping us pay for development." And then literally like 12 minutes later, they put up another post. It's like, it's dead. Like, we're not doing the NFT thing. So outside of that, the controversy notwithstanding, that game's been really quiet since I think the Xbox showcase for E3, which is a bummer because it looks amazing. It strikes that feeling of, and maybe I'm dating myself for not giving credit here, but it feels like those Metro games, you know, with the post-apocalyptic, like, you know, Soviet ties. Yeah. But Alex, you said you started to get excited about this recently, right? Because it's, I guess,
since the Xbox showcase, and I've done more of a deep dive into the first game, and I didn't know, but Stalker 1 had a lot of immersive sim elements in it, and immersive sims are my favorite kind of video game. Like, that's my favorite subgenre or favorite genre, whatever. And knowing that Stalker has ties to that in some ways, and for listeners, like Dishonored, Prey, like those games also have ties to that. Deathloop,
arcane games, basically.
Those are the sorts of games that, like, apparently Stalker has roots in. So that's where a lot of my excitement comes from, on top of just like being a moody, atmospheric, you know, looks like it leans FPS, but I imagine there's some flexibility there. There also seems to be like some supernatural powers at play of some kind. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. And I'm glad they dropped the NFT nonsense. So I'm stoked.
Yeah. Are you two Stalker fans, or any excitement for this game from either one of you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty solid. I think that like 20-minute trailer or whatever they showed was a little bad, but I don't know. I think it looks really cool, but it kind of like the trailer had, it gave me like similar like sentiments like to like some JRPG trailers where it's just a bunch of characters having conversations and saying quotes completely out of context. Because like, remember, it was like they were like shooting in a tunnel, and then they were at a campfire, and then there was like Leon S. Kennedy on the roof talking to you, and then they were back at the campfire. It was just like, all right, dude. Like, I didn't. Yeah, but I mean, it looks pretty dope. It also reminds me of Metro, but like, I guess just on a aesthetic level, I've never played Metro either. So
for sure. Cool. Tack, Yarne.
I'm not particularly interested in it. No.
Okay. Cool. No, that's okay. Because we have plenty more to talk about. We have we move on to May, which is a great month, and it's a great month because it's my birthday month. We're celebrating all month.
I like it. That's a good reason. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah. No, there's some good games coming too. I'm just writing a timestamp. Sorry. So okay. Someone needs to clarify this for me. So May 19th, Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song releases for all major consoles. This isn't Bloodlines 2. I mean, it's not Bloodlines 2, but like, is this part of the MMO or the battle royale?
At this point, I don't care what it is, and I don't want to ask. So
it all takes place in the popular tabletop game universe.
Okay.
Vampire the Masquerade, right? To my understanding, there's the battle royale, which is
Vampire.
Vampire.
Vampire
the Masquerade Swan Song is like a narrative based game.
Oh,
where you are like having conversations with people. I believe.
All I know is I'm hearing more about the universe of Vampire more than the MCU these days, and I don't know what the hell is going on. So
I mean, as you know, as was articulated by Alex there, it was a very popular tabletop thing back in the day, right? I think, and still is to some extent. And now all these brands are just like going into I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna stop talking.
There's two other. So there's Swan Song, and then there's two other Vampire the Masquerade games that are in the works. and I'm reading this off of a write-up from Marcus Stewart. There's Blood Hunt, which is the battle royale.
Okay.
That's in Steam Early Access, I believe, or about to launch in Steam Early Access. I know there's like a preview or beta or something. I don't know. That game's coming or is out. Blood Hunt, that's the battle royale. Then there's Bloodlines 2, which is the long-awaited sequel to the 2004 game.
Yeah.
With some extremely tumultuous development, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then now Swan Song is a choice-driven narrative RPG that puts you in the role of, quote, 3 vampires in modern-day Boston.
From different developers?
Boston? They go in wicked hard.
Bastion?
Bastion?
Some chowder?
I love that I love that you can do that. Wow. That's exciting.
You like that?
Wait, do it again. Do like a something
What, you
else.
want me to talk like I'm from Boston again?
Oh my god!
Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Masquerade, it's in my backyard.
My god!
Uncle Nicky, he
He's
helped with
from
production.
The Departed.
Want to eat some clam chowder and some baked beans?
Yeah, go Sox. 2022, we're coming.
Oh my gosh! Y'all be in the next Scorsese film.
I hope so.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Marty, talk to me, baby.
House of Gucci too, baby.
I heard they're recruiting for The Town too. So if Benny Affleck can't do it, I'm ready.
We're going down to Fenway.
All right.
Jared Leto run for his money.
Put me in the
And we just can we just cancel him or something and get him out of here? Like, that dude is such a bad actor. It's ridiculous. That's like a modern day miracle that guy still has an acting job. Like, it is. He's
willing to put on the suit,
He's just got a body. Like, that's all. He's just a body and a bad actor.
Well, this took a turn.
Well, I'm saying,
Alex, tell me how you really feel about this.
I'm saying,
where did this come
I
from?
could act better than Jared Leto. I'm gonna say that. Like, I took drama class 1 in 8th grade. Ooh. I don't think he's done that, and it definitely shows.
Jared Leto, come on the GI show.
No, actually, let's not have him on the GI show.
I want him to prove how good of an actor he is.
He's probably a nice guy. Actually, I don't even know.
No,
if I
he
say
sent
that.
used condoms to people when he was playing
did.
Joker.
That guy
stuff.
sucked.
Yeah.
Wait,
what?
What is happening here?
When
what show is this?
For the Bad Suicide Squad movie, the first one, to get super meta and into his character, he'd send dead rats and use condoms to Margot Robbie and Will Smith and the rest of the cast.
Dude,
he was becoming Joker, right? He's getting all inside their heads.
He's method acting. Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Jared Leto, not welcome here.
Moving on.
I'm gonna get fired because of the Jared Leto.
I don't know what that was all about, but hey, let's go.
Yeah. Sons of the Forest comes out on PC May 20th. Is that an actual hell yeah? Do you know this?
Slap it up, baby. Yes. Sons of the Forest.
Get it, Jay.
Let's go, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing that game. You already know it. The first one was a lot of fun, but now it looks like you're gonna have this really cool NPC with you who's half mutant and she can shoot weapons, so it's not as scary anymore being in the wilderness by yourself. And you can infiltrate different I feel like I didn't give any context or what the story is.
No, just keep going though.
I just went right in. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So there's different mutant factions and it looks like you can infiltrate them. And just the fact that you can have shotguns in the game and then the graphical overhaul. I mean, oh my God, I love
it's a survival game.
Yes, there we go. Yeah.
A sequel to a very popular survival
take it away.
game.
Yeah.
The Forest.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then Sons of the Forest. Got it. I see. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I've never played The Forest because it's been so scary.
It's very
But I
scary.
love survival games.
It's so much fun. So much fun.
Well, now it sounds like you're more armed in this one. So maybe a little less scary?
A little less scary, maybe. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then on my birthday, May 24th, Forspoken finally comes to PlayStation 5 and PC. This is the Square Enix joint that was written in part by Gary Whitta and Amy Hennig. But it sounds like from Jill's recent preview that she did, it sounds like they were kind of in the same writing capacity that George R.R. Martin was for Elden Ring, where it's they did a lot of setup and lore building, but then they were out after that. So which makes sense with Amy Hennig's, what she's doing now with the Marvel thing. And I don't know what Gary Wood is doing besides being on Kind of Funny Stuff, but she, I can only speak from what Jill said. She said combat looks really fun. The world looks interesting. There was some problematic stuff that she needs to see fixed before she can really give a blessing. But it looks beautiful, and I think if they nail the combat feel on that, that's going to be exciting. But we'll see. Still has some to prove, and it has time, right? My birthday is not for another 6 months, so or 4 months.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. So
yeah, for the problematic stuff, do you remember specifically what Jill was talking about?
They were in a dev Q&A after her preview, and they said, one of the writers said that the main character's walk was very hip hop y.
Oh, yikes!
She's a black character. Yep.
Oh
no. They're also doing some of the and I can't speak on this fully, but some of the powers come from the nails and like nail polish, which it could be. I feel it could be cool or not, depending on how the rest of the story is portrayed. Right. So we'll see what comes from that.
Oh man.
So I know Jill was still hopeful though. Like I don't want people to think she hated it. Right. You can go check out her preview and her podcast appearance from last year on YouTube and GameInformer.com. But she was like, there's good building blocks here. They just need to tighten up some things and see where some of the writing goes. So
okay.
So we'll see. Moving on from May, we don't know anything in June and July, which I feel like those summer months are either
there will be no games there, right? No,
but
there will be.
We got Last of Us there. What, a couple years ago? We got Ghost of Tsushima, Paper Mario, The Origami King. That banger came out in I think June that year, because it was Ghost and Paper Mario came out on the same day or very close to one another in I think either June or July of that year. So we're gonna see. I feel like there could be some exciting stuff there, or there's just nothing. I don't freaking know. Because then we move on to August, and the only game announced for August right now is Saints Row, which is slated to come out on August 23rd on everything but Switch, basically. So, and Alex, you did the cover video for that game, correct? Where's your hype levels for that now?
Oh, I played that game for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna get delayed again.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well, Al predicts.
I was predicting it was gonna get delayed from the February release date, and it did.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the game actually. Going into the cover, I didn't think I was gonna say that. Even I know a lot of people love Saints Row games, and I was just kind of I've always kind of enjoyed that one from the sidelines, right? And I have family members that I've sat and watched, and they love those games. But they never necessarily been my cup of tea. Going into it though, and actually getting my hands on it, I became more excited for it. And there's definitely some cool stuff going on. I don't think it's going to do anything new for open worlds, but that doesn't have to be you don't have to do that for it to be a good game, right? I think they're doing some clever stuff with some of the systems going on, like the criminal venture stuff is interesting, and how you can kind of help to build out the world as you go. That stuff's kind of cool. I'm still skeptical that they're gonna. I feel like this is gonna come out. It's gonna get delayed another month or two, and come out in October. But maybe I'm wrong, just based on what I played. And granted, I played an older build. Definitely promising. Definitely to keep an. You should keep an eye out on it for sure.
Yeah, we have a lot of good stuff on the YouTube page right now if you want to check more of it. But I saw Saints Row 4 was $2 on Switch or something like that. That feels too good to pass up, but also I don't know. I'm not a huge Saints Row guy. I don't know. Are either Jay?
I have played that version on Switch, and I would skip it.
There's a reason it's $2. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any hype for Saints Row from either of y'all?
Looks neat.
Yeah.
Looks neat. I would say from my end, a very mild pip of hype, a very small, right? Just the thermometer isn't blowing off and gushing like it is for a couple of the other games that I've talked about this time, but it's just okay, yeah, maybe.
It's 98 degrees.
I was gonna say 60. You're wearing a jacket, but you could still be outside, to go eat, have a meal.
Oh yeah, I could eat.
Yeah, I could eat too. Yeah. Well, don't worry. We only have an hour left of the podcast.
Oh God,
what? Moving on to September is Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. for September 22nd. Not even, I have no concept of what this game is, but I know I've heard the name Test Drive Unlimited before. Just taking a timestamp. Anyone going, gone. All right, moving to November. Nothing for October announced yet, which, as y'all know, is a huge month. That's not going to stay empty like it is right now. And we have some games coming up that I definitely think could fill that. But moving on to November, it's Bethesda season, and Starfield is finally crash landing onto, well, I shouldn't say crash landing. It's finally landing on the console. On that illustrious date of November 11th, which is a favorite for them. So
2 days before my birthday.
Oh, there we go. We'll celebrate with a little Starfield action.
Oh yeah.
I have no concept of if I should be hyped for this game or not. I think everything on paper says yes. Like, you know,
what exactly? I'm so curious. Like, I don't think I don't have enough to make an opinion on this either way. So I'm wondering what you've got.
It's literally my inside sources tell me. No, I think it's literally the idea of a mainline Bethesda game in space that is so intriguing to me. I think that right there is enough to be like, okay, I'm interested, because like many, wasn't interested in Fallout 4, or I liked it, but I didn't love it. I didn't play Fallout 76, and Elder Scrolls, for me, I'm more of a Fallout guy than an Elder Scrolls guy. So the fact that they are, and that's just my personal taste, right? Like I like sci-fi more than fantasy. Not saying either is better, but the fact that
cats rule and dogs drool.
Yes, exactly. Right? Yeah. The fact that they're going to space, that they're going to play more into that, I think could be fun. But I personally think they have a lot to prove, because their last couple of ventures have not been of like the Todd Howard directed games have not been what we associate with Bethesda greatness. So, you know, they could prove me wrong, but right now I'm just picturing that game just like in the Fallout 4 and 3 engine right now, and it's like, I know it's not going to be that, but I need to see it. You know, I mean, Starfield's gonna be big. Where y'all's hype? Where is the hype for it?
I'll like worry about getting hype with it sometime next summer. Right now, whatever.
Yeah, because they released some dev diaries, but I can't imagine we see gameplay from that until like E3. Kind of like they did with Fallout 4, right? Where everyone knew that was coming. They've done a little bit more here now, right? But like everyone knew Fallout 4 was coming. We just didn't know when. And then that E3, it's like, hey, Fallout 4 coming in November, October, when that came out. So I don't know, Jay, how you feeling?
I don't know. Like, I'm kind of excited for it, kind of not. I wrote like a news story back when they were first revealing some more narrative details, and I feel like sci-fi is really hard to make new. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that's already been done, and you know, I feel like a lot of these sci-fi like RPG games, even like fantasy RPG games, have like same kind of factions with different names for them. And so when I was writing up that story and looking at the religious zealots and all these different crews that they were going to include in their game, I don't know, it didn't impress me really. It just seemed like I don't know, it just seemed like what I would expect. Yeah, it didn't seem unconventional in any way. It's all right. But I do love Skyrim, and you know, I'm sure, like, I'm pretty sure they're going to use a better engine now, right? Like, they've worked on that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little hopeful for it. Go ahead, Static.
I was gonna say, I could be wrong. I think this is the debut of whatever new engine they're working on.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think that's what excites me the most.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm right there with you. I'm excited to see what the game will look like in engine. But other than that,
because the one trailer we got was like in-engine footage, but it wasn't gameplay. Right?
No, yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, which is a term that it is what it is. But yeah. VA, you're a Bethesda guy, right?
Yeah, big Bethesda fan. Actually, less so for like their regular RPGs and stuff. Like their Fallout. I'm more so the Dooms and the know the Arcane stuff. But I do really enjoy Elder Scrolls, and I like the concept of Fallout. I've never really stuck with one. I'm interested to see like what their take on, especially with Outer Worlds, like not that they can't be two different things, but like that was very clearly like inspired by, you know, Bethesda RPGs. And I'm curious like how I'm curious what, you know, Bethesda, you know, what their version of, you know, space is going to look like compared to, you know, the other space-based RPGs we have, like versus Mass Effect versus Outer Worlds. But that's kind of where my hype is at. Like it's kind of non-existent except for the engine. I am
Mhm.
excited to see, like Jay said, like what that engine is capable of. I'm sure it's not. I mean, maybe it'll be groundbreaking, but I just want to see like what that new shiny coat of paint looks like for, because that will inform, you know, what does the titles will likely look like as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I imagine
Yeah.
we won't see anything till E3 or but I can
Mhm.
guarantee, yeah, that'll be at E3 for sure.
Yeah.
With
Phil
like
Spencer's like,
a
yes, it will be
a
at E3.
long gameplay walkthrough, and
Yeah.
I do enjoy their E3 conferences quite a bit because it's usually more in depth. You know, I like when they're sitting there walking you through it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we'll see what how it looks.
That feels like the big thing of probably Xbox's conference, because it is an Xbox game and a PC
Yeah,
game. You cannot
yeah.
play that on PlayStation, so um, it will be very interesting to see. So um, and that, folks, does it for all the titles that we know
Mm.
of the date for that have been announced. So we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna get into the to be announced 2022 games. So stick around. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Game Informer Show. Programming update before we get into the next segment. This is going to be a full show, so we're giving community emails a little bit of a break until the new year. I'm looking forward to your community emails and Discord questions. They're always the highlight of one of the highlights of my week. I won't pander to you, but I still enjoy them. You know. So this next section is the to be announced portion of the 2022 schedule. These are the games that are planned for 2022. We'll see if we actually get them or not, but it also contains some of the most hype entries on the list. So we're gonna try to get through the ones we don't know about quickly, but there's also some really good ones on here. So a little to the left is the first one on this list, but following that up is a Plague Tale Requiem, which I know I am very excited for. I don't know any Plague Tale fans in the house here. No, I think that game.
I am.
Okay, you like that first one?
We got one.
We got one. Yeah.
I like the first game a lot.
Yeah.
Thought it was a cool story. That story goes bonkers places.
Mm-hmm.
The rat system was fun. I just thought that game was just a really cool little experiment in, you know, narrative games, and I dug it. I like that game a lot. I'm excited for the sequel.
Yeah, I felt like when I played it, I was like, oh, this needed like a little bit more budget or a little bit more time to really like perfect, because it did have some of that double A jank to it a little bit, and some of
It
the
was kind of charming in that way, though, I thought.
yeah, that's true. It was never game breaking, but
Yeah.
some of those combat sections or like the stealth sections and stuff, I was like, oh, this could use a little bit more work, but hopefully they get the time and it looks beautiful. We saw that trailer, I think, at Game Awards. I'm looking
Yeah, we
forward to
did.
it. I do want to replay Innocence before we get there. So A Quiet Place is another one, which is based on the movies, right?
Yeah. Yep.
No
What?
information. Yeah. What?
So the whole game, you just tried not to make any noise.
Probably. It's a stealth game, isn't it?
You know what? Let's go. Let's go.
As he falls
Takes
off
place
here.
in the same universe as the films, but tells an original story.
Okay.
It's a single player
it's-
story-driven horror adventure.
I was gonna say it's like a streamer game, right? Where you try not to like touch anything,
Oh,
or else the monster eats you. Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm with it. Next up is Advance Wars 1 and 2, which or Reboot Camp, which I'm actually excited for. I missed Advance Wars when it was on the Game Boy. And it was supposed to come out in December of this year, but they pushed it to, I think they said spring for that. But so I'm looking forward to getting my first shot into that. So we have Aftermath, Anno Mutanadium?
Ah, yes.
Mutatadium?
Oh, yes.
Game of the year
Mutationum.
2022.
You called it.
Yeah.
You called it. Don't mess.
Yeah.
Oh, is this an Anno, like the Anno 1800 series? Oh,
Yeah.
no, not at all. Not at all.
No, it's not. Okay.
No,
Back it up. Yeah. Raiders, which was that game that was shown at the Game Awards. It kind of was like Outriders a little bit, which is a funny
Stop.
coincidence.
You're selling me too hard.
Hey, man, I got Outriders on the shirt right there.
I can't contain my excitement.
Yeah.
Will I get sent hot sauce? Find out. Actually, no. Honestly, the I doubt it's like actual gameplay. But the in-engine trailer they showed was really pretty.
It did look good. I could use some hot sauce though.
Okay.
Yeah. And just like the camera shake, just the whole game feel like looks really, really fun. I'm interested in trying that out for sure.
We'll see if that's 2022 or not. But
I think it is.
Okay.
It looked like it was
ready.
Hey, who knows these days? But it looked like it was ready to rock second half 2022. I don't know. That's Dan predicts. Boom.
We'll
go.
Find out. There you go. Oh, okay. Arcade-Ageddon, Ashwalkers, Asterigos. And then we have Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which is the Ubisoft open world game that they announced last E3 or last summer, I believe.
Yeah, that world. God, it's so good to be going back after 30 years.
I love Pocahontas. That is one of the biggest like properties that I just don't understand why it's so hyped. Like I saw the movie, it was cool. I was like, okay, Jimmy Cameron, go work on something else. Like
time and place for that movie. It's easy to take jabs at it now, but yeah, it was pretty impressive for the time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deny that it was a big deal then.
You know what?
It's been like 25 years.
What was impressive, ABA?
Mario 64. But we're not out. I mean, I guess we are out here recreating Mario games.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was one movie, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like this has a good chance of landing because I think the second one's supposed to come out 2022.
Yeah, that's good timing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe we can get a freaking Happy Meal and a
you better believe it.
Sneakers with it too.
Yeah. Sam Worthington's McDonald's meal coming soon.
I'm more hyped for the McDonald's meal than I am for the game.
Game. Yeah. I think we already have an idea of what that game's going to be in our heads, but I would like Ubisoft to eventually iterate on the formula, but we'll
hold up. Will there be a map that I can pull up that I'll see different things that I can go and do?
Bro, and get this. There's going to be these little encampments, right? You can sneak in, or you can like tear them down, and then they become like waypoints. You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
Let's
go.
It's here.
Let's go.
Hey guy, you like towers?
Hey, we got some chowder. We got some towers going to Fenway.
It's going to be wicked awesome. Guaranteed. It's hard to do the Boston accent without swearing, but I think that's the departed.
Can you say Avatar Frontiers of Pandora?
Avatar. The Frontiers of who? Jimmy's mother?
Frontiers of Pandora.
I don't think they're going to like that. We'll see. We have, let's see. So Aztec Forgotten Gods, Battle Cakes, which instantly GOTY contender.
I think Battle Cakes actually looks pretty good. Unironically, yeah, I do.
What is it?
It's like an RPG where you play as like cupcakes and like other kinds of cake.
All right, that sounds.
It's like an RPG cool. Though, not like a multiplayer thing.
Yeah, I think so. I wrote a preview. I better know. That's a while ago. Yeah. It is. It's like turn-based traditional RPG where you play as like cupcakes. It looks adorable. I'm serious. Like
okay.
I'm in.
I'll look it up. Okay.
I'm in.
Dan Tack seal of approval preview wise, anyways.
Yeah, preview wise.
Yeah.
Don't put me on that. Come on.
Yeah. After that, Bayonetta 3, which I wish Blake was on this for just this moment because he is the biggest Bayo fan that I know. I don't have a ton of love for the series, but Jay, is this your cup of tea?
I think anytime Blake gets enthusiastic about something, at least for me, it's very infectious. I've never played the other Bayonettas, but he's excited for Bayonetta 3. I love Blake. That means I'm excited for Bayonetta 3. There you go.
I like that. Yeah. I mean, that was announced in 2017. So it has been a minute since we've seen that. So 2022 feels like a good date for that. So
it's been 84 years.
2 hours later. Next one is an Alex Van Aken joint, if I've ever heard one.
Uh-oh.
Bear and Breakfast.
Oh.
Wait, what?
My man's clapping. Yeah.
What is this?
Bear and Breakfast. It's an Armor Game Studios game coming out in 2022. It is you are playing a bear and you run a bed and breakfast as the bear. So think like Stardew Valley.
Any other animals come in there?
Yeah, some Animal Crossings.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
It looks really good. I've been really looking forward to this game for a while.
That's awesome.
It's a management adventure game.
I like management sims, so
yeah, and
cool.
The art style is really neat. Really, really neat. It's like almost like a not comic book, but like a line art sort of like very much like you could see this in a visual novel or something or like a cartoon. It's really pretty. It looks great. So
cool.
Can't wait.
Nice. Yeah. Next up, we have Blazing Strike, Blood Bowl 3, Blossom Tales 2, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Getting funky with it. Boundary. Card Shark, I remember hearing about it. Sounded interesting, but I don't know why. Tak, do you know anything about this one?
Which one?
Card Shark. I think it's like
no.
Okay, I'm not even gonna speculate, but I feel like I've
seen the developer of Reigns.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
It was a deck builder, I think, but it had a wrinkle to it. So, we have Choo Choo Charles.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Stop.
Choo Choo Charles.
Wait, y'all know about Choo Choo Charles?
Is
this a horror game?
The Thomas the Tank Engine game at last?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the one? Is this the one IGN had where it's like a horror game where the train's like chasing you?
Yeah. It's open world.
Open world horror train adventure. Okay,
it looks.
I gotta go.
It's so scary. It's so scary. Like Charles has spider legs. It looks like and rows of teeth like a shark. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. I guarantee you, Tak, you're playing this on stream next year.
I mean,
definitely.
I was gonna. I didn't want to be like, I'm not gonna say it's a streamer bait game, but it is a streamer bait game.
You can have fun with those games too. It's okay.
You can.
It's like Oscar
There's
bait,
nothing wrong with those games. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like this is a game that begs to be like, oh, he's playing the game with the horror trains. It's like, let's go watch.
Gotta get there. Yeah, you gotta watch Dan Tak at Dan Snacks. What's your Twitter handle? Yeah,
my Twitter handle or my Twitch?
Twitch,
I got different handles.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Coming. Let's see. Where do we leave off? Circuit Superstars for Switch. Coffee Talk Episode 2. Company of Heroes 3, which Dan, I think you played and liked.
I did play. I mean, this is a lot. I think Company Heroes 3 is in the same vein as Age of Empires 4 was, where it's let's not change too much. Let's give people what they've already come to expect from the franchise. So if you like Company Heroes 2, I mean, yeah, obviously. So yeah, it's really not moving the needle in a lot of different directions, but I think the well-established, RTS fans that like Company Heroes 2, which I do, are going to like Company Heroes 3. Cool. But it's certainly not like paving a bold new future or anything.
For sure. Cool. I feel like it's hard to with World War II. You kind of
know. No, I mean, like I could do a whole podcast on just like RTS is a very difficult genre right now. Like nobody wants to step outside. You've got the RTS fans, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to do anything that could like jostle that very. They're there. They're going to play the RTS games. Yeah. Doing something new would be great, but at the same time, you want to keep
losing those.
Yeah. The genre is not like it's a niche, huge fan base, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's what it is, right? Like, there's a lot of RTS players, tons of them, but like trying to do something new there is extremely dangerous right now. I think breaking new ground in that, and we do have some studios who are after that. Again, we'll talk about this more in 2022.
Yeah, for sure, we got time. After that, we have Crossfire Legion. Next one I'm very excited about. Cult of the Lamb is a Devolver published joint where
a cult lamb slaughter. This is going to be fun.
It looks so good. That first trailer just absolutely knocked me on my ass, and I was taken with it from the second I saw it. Combat looks amazing. The actual visuals of it look amazing. It looks deranged, and it's given off the perfect kind of energy for me, and I know I'm very excited for this one, and I was not expecting it from Massive Monster, I think, is the developer. So
I agree. That's a great example of a trailer just bringing the hype train. It made me want to know more about the game. It made me interested in the game. Whether or not the game is going to turn out well, who cares? Right now, I'm interested. So that's.
We're in preview. Let's get hype mode right now.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I'm on that train with you, Alex. That's going to be. I think that's a hot indie to watch. For next year.
Oh yeah, those hot indies, baby. Next up, another one you've played, Dan. Curse to Golf. Which I don't know about y'all. I'm all in on the golfing games outside of like the normal PGA games. I think that there's a lot of fun golfing games out there, like What the Golf.
Like what if we made golf a roguelike?
Yeah.
We did it. They did it, fam. You can make everything a roguelike. I can make breakfast a roguelike. You can make a bear and breakfast a roguelike. Anything can be a roguelike. Including golf. And really cute motifs for this one. Definitely curious about playing the full game. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. Cyberknight's Flashpoint. Cyberpunk 2077.
Let's go, baby.
The next gen upgrades. I think this is in relation to.
Are you forgot? Wait.
I'm lying. I'm not Tech.
All right. Let's go, baby.
I'm looking forward to it.
I know. I'm gonna give that game another shot when those upgrades come. But
I'm gonna give that game a shot when those upgrades come.
Gonna shoot it into the garbage. Apparently.
No. I mean, I literally haven't played it yet. So.
Oh, you haven't touched it at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't feel, I've been. Someday, perhaps. Will that be
this day?
Will that be in the year of our Lord 2022? Perhaps.
Or perhaps not. It did take you 15 years to play Kingdom Hearts, something like that?
No, that was Kingdom Hearts. Okay, Kingdom Hearts 2 was the one that I lagged on, all right? I played Kingdom Hearts 1 when it came out.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Please. So then coming up after that, we're moving to the D's. We're moving right along here. Deathverse, Let It Die, Deep Rock Galactic.
That's come on, wait a minute. What the hell? Deep Rock Galactic, we've been playing that for like 2 years now.
It's coming to PS5.
PS4. It's good, by the way.
Okay. Good for PlayStation fans. Demon Throttle, Destiny 2 Lightfall, which is that coming after which Queen?
Yeah, that's totally going to get delayed. What are you talking about?
That's coming right to Fenway.
Yeah, right.
With a couple of dogs and a Couple of Cokes.
That's got to be
the monster. We're going to hit over that monster, baby. It's gone. Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. Another remake.
I don't like that title.
No, not at all.
God, what?
Devolver Tumble Time, and then Diablo Immortal, which Tack, you are unironically excited about.
They have done so much with that game. All the Activision Blizzard stuff notwithstanding. That game has seen a huge makeover since I first saw that game, and I was completely unimpressed the first time I saw that game. It did look like, a lot of the word that was coming out about that game was that it was like, this looks like any other NetEase mobile title. And it did. I was very disappointed with it. And they have completely rehauled and retooled that entire experience to be an actual Diablo game that feels really good. I don't know if they're just going to channel lessons from this game into Diablo 4. I think the game could stand on its own very easily on PC outside of the mobile space. I mean, it really could. It's got all kinds of bells and whistles. It feels like Diablo, plays like Diablo, has tons of awesome stuff. Unironically, looks like it's going to be a great Diablo game. I wish I didn't have to play it on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't like playing games for long sessions on my phone. This is a game that you can play for long sessions. I know I've blown out my whole battery playing that game, and I bring it to PC. Obviously, Blizzard, bring it to PC. We obviously are going to have a huge long wait for Diablo 4 at this point with all the everything that's gone on there. And let us play it there too. Why not?
Yeah.
You can monetize it the same way. We'll get over it. It's unironically a good Diablo game. I'm not even kidding. And they've added and completely done all kinds of really great stuff to it. And man, game is good. Can't wait to see it in action, for the final version. I've already played it in I don't know how many freaking alphas at this point, and they keep adding more stuff. We joke around about feature creep, but it's just it is so far from where it was. They've really made good on okay, maybe it does look kind of like a generic mobile hack and slash dungeon crawler. Let's make this a real Diablo game, and it is now a real Diablo game. So Good on that.
Yeah.
I don't know how the end of monetization. There's still plenty of questions, certainly, but all the gameplay and stuff, they've got it in a really good place.
For sure. And we'll find out more this year. So after that, we have Digimon Survive, which I think Marcus is actually excited for.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is the first Digimon game that I'm excited for since the PlayStation 1. The PlayStation 1 Digimon game was really good as a kid. Had a lot of cool systems. You were like walking around an open world and like raising Digimon. Lately, I feel like they've all been like, you're stuck in the cyber world. Like, I don't know, like they've just never, the worlds of the recent Digimon games have never made me want to jump in as like a very, very like lapsed fan of Digimon.
Mm-hmm.
Digimon Survive, the screens I've seen, it's like, oh, this is like an actual, world that looks interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know, like they're in like, woods and stuff like that versus like all the
digital monsters in my woods. It's more likely than you think.
And like it's all like very the environments are like painted and look really pretty. Whereas that has not been the case in recent games. I could be wrong because I was always curious and was like, oh, I want to play these. And then I would look at the screenshots and I'm like, this just looks like really bland.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked. I was very excited because I thought maybe there were some survival elements because it says it's a survival RPG.
Oh,
There's no survival.
I can totally see Digimon just being like, yeah, let's make a survival horror Digimon Digital Masters game. I can see having
Rumon's chasing you around everywhere. Yeah.
9.75, 3.35 under the evening sky Digimon classic remake.
We're not talking about Kingdom Hearts anymore, Ty.
I know. I can see it happen. They have a detective game in that universe, don't they? Like, isn't there? I mean, come on. It's not.
There's also a Detective Pikachu game. Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah. All right.
I've added it to my list.
It's on the list.
I have added it to my list.
It's been added.
I just did it.
Yeah. Let's see. Next up, we have Dolmen. We have Don't Survive Together on Switch. Dorogon. This next one, we don't need to spend a ton of time.
Dorogon's my favorite Digimon, actually. I'm glad he's getting his own game.
Thank God. It's been about time. Next one is Buckwild, Dragon Ball The Breakers, which if y'all haven't seen this game, it's literally...
There's no reason for this to exist.
I have asymmetric dude. Multiplayer game where you play random. Have you not seen this?
It's Dead by Daylight with Dragon Ball. That's what it is.
Oh my god!
You play as the people. You play as just normal schlubs in the world of Dragon Ball, and you're running from Cell as he evolves into his perfect form and consumes you. It's bananas. I can't believe this game actually exists.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
People can't make anything these days.
It's like what? It's like Dead by Daylight with 7 players and one monster.
Is Cell because you can't kill Cell.
Can't you if you like? I think you can at the end if you get big enough. I don't know anything about this game except it's DBD.
Bro, here's the thing:
DBZ.
If Goku can't even kill Cell, like what?
Well, you get 2 players of Oolong and Bulma.
Yeah, you get Bulma. Okay.
All right. Well, you have a chance with Bulma on the team.
You do.
Bro, I'd literally use Oolong to just whack. Well, it would be dope.
I don't know. Do you have to solve generators? Is that
you have to fix the time machine?
Fix the time machine. That's right.
Each player is fully customizable because of perks.
Yeah.
You can purchase cosmetics, of course.
Wow.
Additionally, players can utilize weapons, vehicles like Frieza Force space pods, and even grappling hooks. While it's unclear.
Whoa. Halo Infinite, baby.
To be fair, I unironically love DBD and play a ton of DBD.
Same.
And
I love Dragon Ball.
I like to see people do some more interesting things in this space. So if it's not just a complete, cut and paste, then I am curious, but we'll see how things turn out.
We'll see. It's just not in a million years did I have that on my bingo board for next year.
I'm looking at the trailer. They've got like a mimic ability. Like he's mimicking objects in the environment to hide from Cell.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is this?
So it's like Prop Night as well as DBD. Yeah. No, there's a DBD prop hunt game. I don't know if you're aware of this. It's called Prop
I didn't
Night.
know that.
Oh, okay. No.
Where you could turn into props to hide from the killer.
Oh, Prop Hunt?
I knew Call of Duty did that, but I didn't know DBD
it's Dead by Daylight combined with Prop Hunt, which makes it Prop Night. Okay. I'll show it to you later, Alex.
Yeah.
I remember.
I'm adding Dragon Ball: The Breakers to my list.
Let's do it. You know what? Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't going to play this.
We're gonna stream that and have the best time for those 2 hours.
We probably will.
And then we're not gonna play it again. It's gonna be great.
Alex, I think Alex is dead on with that assessment.
Oh, I'm excited. So we have Dune Spice Wars coming up, which is that RTS that was announced at the Game Awards. Cool. EA Sports PGA Golf. The least exciting golf game in my opinion, but it is what it is. I do love golf. Earth Defense Force 6 for PS4 and PS5, Earthlock 2, Edge of Eternity, which that sounds like a tag game. Do you know
consoles?
anything?
Edge of Eternity is already, it's got to be a console release. We've already got that on PC. So
okay, so that's PS5, the Xboxes, and PS4. So eFootball 2022, Ayuden Chronicle Rising. This is not.
That is not the one I'm hype about. I'm hyped about 100 Heroes, which is 2023.
Yes, but it's like the pre.
It's like a snack, and it's for the real game, and it's not a turn-based game. It's like an action game or something. I don't know what it is. It's like we don't have the game ready for 2022, so let's give them an appetizer.
Yeah,
basically.
I can dig it. Yeah. Next up, Endling. Speaking of more horror games, Evil Dead the game, which I think that's from the same studio that did Friday the 13th, right? Or am I making that up?
Isn't that the Texas Chainsaw one?
Oh, that's a Texas. Yeah. Is that the Predator? Predator hunting
Let's make
grounds?
more asymmetrical horror games.
It's Saber Interactive, so they did Snow Runner, World War Z.
Yeah, cool.
Those games.
Okay. Evil West, Evil, Exo Mecha, Fall Guys is coming to Xbox. Far Changing Tides. That sounds familiar. I'm not for sure what that one is.
Oh, I think Ben Reeves is really excited about that.
For Changing Tides, he is?
Yeah, this is a sequel to Far Lone Sales.
Okay. Don't know the first one either. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is coming to mobile. We're finally getting Getsu Fumida and Undying Moon on Switch and PC, which I actually enjoyed. So
that's the actual release, right? Not the early access. Okay.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed Getsu Fumida.
Me too.
I thought it felt very Dead Cells in a good way, and I think
it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. So with some really interesting style. Ghostwire Tokyo is slated for this year.
Is it though?
I was gonna say, do we know that for sure? We've gotten some peaks and looks. Jay, are you excited
anything can happen, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it, but yeah, I don't know about this year. I don't know if that's happening. I don't think so.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks very bizarre. But I think they need to prove that that's coming out this year.
Right. Yeah.
Which brings me to my next one.
What is?
Whoa!
Is this what we do at Fenway Park?
No. This is I'm reenacting the trailer. That's right, folks. As you can hear,
Skyrim.
God of War Ragnarok, gents.
Oh yeah,
it's finally supposedly coming in 2022.
I think it'll hit 2022. Yeah,
that feels right. They announced it as 2021.
It feels like a late 2022.
That's a November
release.
game, right?
Yeah. It feels like Sony knew they had a good year on their hands with 2021, right? With like Deathloop and Ratchet and stuff, and I think they knew that they were content to keep their big hitters till this year when like more PlayStations are available and gives those devs more time, because
this is going to be their game they put up against Starfield.
Yeah, I think so. That feels like the fall title.
Sure.
And unless they have something else up their sleeve, but this is my most anticipated game of 2022, like by far.
You're allowed to do that.
Thank you. God bless you. I think the 2018 game is one of the best games I've ever played. I am fascinated. I got to do an interview with the team over at Santa Monica after the most recent showcase of the gameplay for Ragnarok. I'm very excited by the direction that they're going, especially when you read into no spoilers, but when you read into Atreus, his character and the potential there, and one of the new characters that was introduced in the trailer. Norse mythology is buck wild. There's some, like, you thought Greek mythology was crazy. There's like 80-legged horses that get born, and like there's a lot of nuts stuff that they could do. Combine that with like the amazing cinematography of that game and the scale and the combat especially. I just think this is I am so excited for this experience. I am very curious. There's some threads that I want to talk about here, but I don't want to get spoilery into 2018 because I think everyone should play it if they haven't already. There's just some threads that they positioned in that game that could be really amazing, and they're also positioning this as the end of the Norse games. They keep saying, or like the Norse saga. I can't remember the exact wording. So like stuff's gonna happen. As it tends to do.
I
in video
too
games,
believe that things are going to happen in videos. Wow, we're going wild
Hot
here.
takes here, but I think when you just combine all those together with the horsepower of the PS5, I know some people were like, "It looks the same as 2018. What have you guys been doing?" It's like I feel like those worlds are so much more detailed in the trailers, and I think we'll get a proper full gameplay look this summer probably. But
probably maybe even sooner than that. I mean, if it's a 20, this summer sounds about right.
Because Sony's been weird about summer showcases, right? They've played nice in the playground some years, they haven't in others.
Sure.
And, regardless, that I think that's the big fall title that'll be the system seller for this year. As much as people are excited about Horizon, but I feel like at this point, if you don't have a PS5 by God of War, that would be the 100% time because of all the great stuff that came up.
Well, I mean, a lot of people just can't get PS5s in general, so that's a thing. That's a real thing still. So,
and it sounds like it will be for a little bit still, which sucks.
Rip.
Yeah. So, but that's my most anticipated. Very much looking forward to that. Goodbye Volcano High, which I think Alex, you're excited for that one.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Gotham Knights. So we can talk about it when we get closer to Suicide Squad. I am going to start to speed this up a little bit and just pick out the bigger ones here, just because it's going a little longer.
Because we got a lot to talk about. Even when, listen, this is what's so wild about this. All these games, and there's still tons of unannounced stuff. Yeah. So, wow.
Yeah. I'm excited for Gotham Knights. I know there's some trepidation around the internet about them going to the co-op, like multiplayer aspect of this, but I love the time period and the antagonist for this, Court of Owls. If you haven't read that comic line, go do it. The Greg Capullo.
All right, I'm gonna go do it. Bye.
Scott Snyder. Goodbye. Court of Owls. Batman's best when he has a foe that can best him and terrify him. Court of Owls does that, and Batman obviously is not in this game. Wink, wink. So
wait. He totally is, right?
I mean, he in the trailers, he's dead. They're saying he is dead. So
he's always dead. They're all always dead, right?
Yeah,
they're Schrodinger's superheroes. They're all always dead and always alive.
Yeah. This is from the team who did, it was a Batman, not Batman Origins. It was the Arkham. Oh yeah, Arkham Origins, I think.
Yeah.
I think that game is underrated. I think it's very good. They were obviously coming off of lofty expectations with the Arkham games, but I'm excited to see what the studio can do with a little bit more freedom. As long as it's not like games of service-ified like crazy, I'm happy. So I'm excited for that one. We'll skip down to, unless anyone else wants to talk about that one. Nope.
Okay. We covered it very well.
Speaking of, we just got a sub that played for my OBS. That's hilarious.
I just love that.
Yeah, that was so random. Moving down to another WB game is Hogwarts Legacy, which is a little complicated, but I think we all can agree we're at least excited for the idea of, right?
I'm excited for it.
I think that's safe to say. Yeah. Come on, it's a obviously there's a whole lot of discourse around that beast. Oh man, made a fantastic beast clip right in there. I'm just not even trying.
It took me a second. That was good.
But the universe of Harry Potter is clearly something that lends itself to all kinds of stuff, games included. So let's see what they got.
Yeah. Because who do we know who's developing? I know we know who's developing it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Doesn't matter.
It's I'll pull it up right now.
Okay.
It's Avalanche.
Oh, that's right. It's Avalanche. Okay. Good developer. I think probably gonna be the most put together, prestigious Harry Potter game that we get, even though it's taking place hundreds.
Hey, that Sorcerer's Stone game back on PlayStation 2 is pretty good, man.
I just love licensed games. Give me a big chunk of bread, some butter, and a licensed game. I mean, that was like what for years.
Yeah,
for so many years. We make jokes about it today, but yeah.
That was my gaming catalog as a kid, like that.
I mean,
that's
wasn't
all
everybody's?
my parents let me play. Yeah.
It's like it was like going through the fridge. You got orange juice, purple stuff. It was like Transformers game.
Yep.
You know, this kind of game. You know, just crank them out, roll them off the hot off the presses. We got another licensed game here.
Yeah. The real quick, the Harry Potter World Cup Quidditch game. Have you all ever played that one?
Yeah,
I do. I hear good thing. I have not played it. I have heard.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Moving on down, I don't want to belabor it, but we have I Am Jesus Christ on this game.
Yes, I was afraid you were gonna skip it, dude. I wasn't gonna let you.
My Catholic guilt would not allow that, JJ.
How do you even have gameplay in a game like this? I'm not against exploring.
The screenshot is you washing Jesus's feet.
I'm completely not against exploring Catholicism or the Christian mythos in a game form. I think any religion could be applied to it and be done well.
Yeah.
But what in God's name do you do in this game?
That didn't even look like the trailer we got. Doesn't even look like a real game. Yeah. It just looks like it was just cutscenes.
It looks like Bread Simulator, but for
what do you do? What is the game?
You can take the water and you turn it into wine. You get litty. Let's go.
That would be. You can achieve all. There's plenty of really great parables and things that you could take and turn to. I don't trust game developers with this at all. So I don't know what's going to happen in this game. Like, what do you seriously? What do you do with this game? Tell me what you do.
I don't know. I'm calling it right now. Right, 8.25, and we give it our best adventure game of the year whenever it comes
out. That is by far one of the boldest predictions that's ever happened on one of these podcasts. I'm not even joking. So
I love that so much. 8.25,
8.25, and adventure game of the year.
Yeah, we gotta. Jay can't review it though. Jay can't review it.
Exactly. Right?
Not anymore. Yeah. No, I mean that predict.
The sequel will be I Am Jesus Christ Resurrected.
But no, like, what is it? Is it a point and click adventure? Like, is it really that?
It's a VR game, I thought. Wasn't it?
Oh, is it, dude?
I thought it was a VR game. Yeah,
it's been in my YouTube suggestions.
Have we seen gameplay?
Months.
Like, have we actually seen?
We have an interview from Ben Reeves.
I know we have the interview. I read the interview, and I was very curious. What is the game?
Ben Reeves, beautiful.
Oh, what a guy! All right, I'm morbidly curious.
Hold on. All right. I'm reading this interview, dude. All right, we should move on.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's go down to. We're skip a little bit. We're gonna go to Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which is supposed to be spring, so relatively soon. It could fill in that.
This one for me is such a giant question mark. Why does this exist? What is this? These are two questions I have.
Yeah, everyone's getting their Breath of the Wild treatment over at Nintendo, and Kirby's the next one.
It just feels like I want this to be good.
I do too.
I have some affinity for Kirby in my heart.
Yep.
But at the same time, it seems like let's take Kirby and put him in an open world. Well, what do we do with that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know? No, I don't know.
No.
Let's do it. Let's put some trees in there.
This rides or dies on. Because we've done the same Kirby abilities for the last 20 years at this point. Like Nightmare, give us some new enemies to suck up and new powers, right? Like I think that's what was so fun about Mario Odyssey was like that ability to do stuff that Mario really hadn't before within the context of Mario, right? And I think if you apply that same lens to Kirby, that could be a lot of fun. But it also, if those worlds are empty and it's the same,
I think Kirby can be fun. I believe in Kirby. All right. I believe in nothing else. I believe in that Kirby games like to have fun.
Yes.
And I also like to have fun. So
match made in heaven. Yeah.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on I Am Jesus Christ. I'm reading the description.
When you get back to you.
For context, I worked at a church.
I am seriously interested in what gameplay looks like.
I found well, we want to keep the gameplay a secret for now.
That is very concerning to me.
But players can perform famous miracles like Jesus from the Bible, such as casting out demons, healing and feeding people, and struggling against Satan. We want to keep it as close as possible to the Gospels, but the Gospels don't tell us how Jesus cast demons out, or how those demons looked. Those parts are on our shoulders, and we want to show how it might have been.
See, I really think you could make I really unironically think you could make a cool look into like the life of Christ and the New Testament and all this stuff. I think you could do that, and it could be awesome. And true and accurate to the material. I don't know if this is going to be that.
I don't think
I'm
that,
a little
I'm gonna say
concerned.
this isn't the game for that.
No.
Yeah,
If y'all are keeping the gameplay secret right now, like, yes, yeah, that's gonna be.
Dude,
like if you want to do that, you could do that, right? You could make a serious game that goes through, you know, the books of the New Testament and Jesus' life and death, or whatever you want to do. You could cover that, and you could do it well. This is going to be a game about exorcising demons, isn't it? This is not going to have anything to do with spreading the good word. This game freaks me out. I don't know if I want to know any more about that. I think I'll just go. Let's just go.
Yeah, the UI is awful.
Oh no, I don't think you go the VR route. I think you go like third person World of Warcraft, WASD, and you hotkey all of Jesus's powers on the numbers, right?
Yeah.
See,
I think that's what you do.
Oh, that is just like not the game, the experience that I think people are going to want from this. But whatever.
Tier 2 water to wine. I've upgraded it. Now I make more wine.
All
right, let's move on.
Not going to be happy about this. Anyways,
let's move on.
No,
I worked at a church. I helped start a church. All right, I feel like I can critique that. I feel like I'm, I mean, anybody's qualified, but I mean, listen, don't got to be mad about it. It's a dumb looking game.
I spent a lot of time. Listen, I spent a lot of time in Sunday school. All right, so, and I'm worried about this game. That is all I will say.
I'm just gonna stop thinking about it because we're gonna move on to quite literally the opposite with Little Devil Inside. The really cool looking survival indie that's coming to PlayStation. I was worried because we had because it had either a Kickstarter or something like that, but it hit the main stage during the PS5 of reveal 2 years ago now. And
2020.
I was totally taken with the visual art style and the quirkiness and the humor of it. We got another look at it last year with one of Sony's last events, and still looks great. Really excited to play it. We don't know a ton still, but I'm hoping that hits this year. That feels like a good summer game. So, moving right along, let's see. Mario. God, there's so many games. Mario Rabbids Spark of Hope. Any Mario Rabbids fans in here?
Me.
Yeah.
Alex has a spark of hope for it.
Yeah.
I do have a spark. I'd say I have like a couple sparks of hope for it. I'm excited for that game.
Yeah. It's wild.
I never got to finish it because I let a friend borrow my copy and they never returned it.
Oh no.
They sold
Alex's
it,
friend.
Are they still
he's not
friends?
my friend anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
For different reasons. For other reasons.
After that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a decent reason though to be upset at someone. Hey, that's $60 game I just bought. You just sold it. Thanks, my guy. I think that's one of Yubi's more original games. Like, yeah, I genuinely, which is a wild thing. And that first game is so beautiful. Like the art direction in it is incredible and the lighting's great. And very excited for this next one. Marvel's Midnight Suns did the cover for that last year.
Wait, we skipped one.
Which one?
We skipped Loot River.
Oh, see, that's why this is hard, right? I wanted to read them all, but we'd be here for 3 hours. But
I'm just saying, Loot River.
We've already been here for 3 hours, Alex. We'll be here for 4 hours.
Loot River is a roguelike that, quote, tests your spatial block tactics. That's what Dan Tack said when he wrote about it. Pixel art.
In fact, write about it.
Pixel art, but has like some cool like distorted filters to it. I don't know. It's a roguelike. Looks fun. I like the graphics.
Is it on your list?
No.
Actually,
it is on my list. I just checked. It's on my list.
There you go. Yeah. Cool. Well, there you go. I apologize.
Sorry. I started to derail.
No, you're good. If there's something I missed, let me know. But Marvel's Midnight Suns, I'm excited for it. We did the cover for it last year. It is the XCOM devs doing a Marvel take. They've already said it's not going to be as hard, but it's telling an original story. They're creating an original hero. They're doing some Mass Effect relationship building in that. You can't have sex with Steve Rogers, though. Unfortunately, I did ask.
I'm out then. Forget about it.
Yeah, we're out.
Let's move on.
Yeah. But they're doing it with like card building or deck building too, which I think it's going to be like lighter versions of each, right? But it's an interesting combination, and I enjoyed playing it. It was fun. So curious about that. Looking forward to that one. So was supposed to be March of this year, but it got delayed. So moving on to, I know Alex, you're excited for and Tack, you're excited for Metal Slug's Tactics, right?
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah. But Metal Slug is, God, it's one of my favorite old school nostalgic franchises. I'll be quick here, I promise. But like they've had a lot of dogs come out too. I mean, there's so many Metal Slug mobile games that are just like, yep, I know what this is, and I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those old school games, man. Love the quarter munching, popping off a few rounds, man. Those games are great, just great fun, and to see him in a tactics thing is very unusual. So yeah, very interested.
Very creative, but it feels like it works. Like when I first saw the trailer, I think we were on stream. I was like, that just feels right for some reason.
Yeah, it's because machine gun, rocket launcher. Believe me, these are the. It's like back at Fenway. All right. Anyway, let's go.
When David Ortiz rocketed it over the fence, you better believe it. I was
bottom of the ninth.
Bottom of the ninth. Let's see what else we got here. I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Neon White. Alex loves is a sucker for some Neon White.
Yep, that looks cool. That's the Mirror's Edge. You're stuck in heaven fighting demons, but there's a card system where your active card is your traversal ability, but you discard it, and there's discard actions. It looks pretty wild. Can't wait to play it.
It's a speedrunner game, right?
Probably,
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They'll have like leaderboards and stuff for their runs and stuff like that. Visually, it looks really cool. See, like there's some smaller games that I'm excited about. Like Nobody Saves the World is Drinkbox, who did the Guacamelee games. That should be sooner rather than later. I feel like 2022, but our ARPG, you can take over. The character is nobody, and you take over like different
all sorts of people.
Yeah, like horses and like bodybuilders and stuff, and it like you build your skills through that. And it looks really cute. Art style looks fun, and the gameplay looks fun. I think we did an NGT for it this year. At least Reeves talks about it. He liked it. So Oxenfree 2, which
nice.
Looks well, we don't know how it looks because we haven't seen a ton of it, but I know people are excited.
Also, we skipped over, I don't need to say anything about them, but Mineko's Night Market and Moss Book 2 both definitely have an audience. I'm excited for Mineko's Night Market myself.
Yeah. I heard 3 people on your timeline really blowing those games up.
You got people in your mentions.
Yeah. Moving down to let's see. Planet of Lana is another one. It's the growing. I feel like Limbo and like it's the Limbo genre, right? The inside
side
genre.
2D puzzle game.
They weren't the first to do that, but I feel like there is this like new stretch of games that are embracing the storytelling of those games. You know what I mean? Like, or like Little Nightmares did, right? They're not just like 2D side scrollers. There's something deeper to them than just that, you know?
That's fair.
But that looks beautiful. They highlighted that at the Game Awards last year. Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Let's go. This is funny. It has Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake listed on here, folks.
I already told you. Just forget about it. Forget about it.
Forget about it. It's never coming. Put it in your chow to stir it up.
Listen,
it's not coming.
It's gone, and there's nothing nobody can do about it. All right.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving down. So these are hard because we don't know a lot about like these next two. Redfall and Replaced. Redfall is the next Arcane game, right?
Yep. 4-player co-op action shooter. They are saying they're bringing their style of gameplay to a shooter game. So, yep.
Kind of like Left 4 Dead comps there.
No, we're not really sure. There's all those. It's kind of weird how it's. Yeah, some elements of that, yes, but we're not really sure how much.
Because we know that's this like mid to start of this year, right? Not start, but like didn't they say summer? Or am I making that up?
I don't know.
I thought the end card said summer, but and Replaced looks amazing too. It feels like everything I wanted from the last night before that game disappeared, right? And Replaced just looks amazing. Cyberpunk.
Apparently, the last night's coming back.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Which I mean, like that game. I mean, I know there was some beef with the creator, right? Probably reasonably so, but like that game, man, looked just jaw dropping.
Yeah, I think it's like one of the best indie trailers I've ever seen.
Oh
like,
yeah,
honestly, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that was the same year that Artful Escape trailer came out too, and I was like, oh, Xbox got the indies, baby, let's go. Let's see, where else can we go here? Let's see. Scorn is on this list. I know people were kind of upset about the developers' communication with that game, but that did get moved to 2022. That's the alien body horror sci-fi game that looked interesting, but has gone quiet. Sea of Stars, we just got an update for that's coming fall/winter 2022. Looks absolutely beautiful. From
I'll give you an update. It looks good. There you go. There's your update. See you Fenway.
Yeah, see you bye. From the developers of The Messenger, really
Sabotage.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this one. I think the visual style is incredible. It looks very good. So, let's see. Anyone hyped for Shovel Knight Dig? We can keep going on that one.
Wait, what is this? You know what? I'm not going to ask. Let's just go. It's another Shovel Knight game. All right.
Moving on. Skull and Bones is slated for 2022. No, it's not.
Not happening either.
Hell yeah. I believe. I'm on team believe.
We haven't even seen anything on it.
Wow. I don't have to. Come to me and I will give you the Skull and Bones. I am interested in this game. Yeah. It's always been sort of like this nebulous like World of Warships kind of thing, right? And I'm here for it. I want swashbuckling cannons and raise the mast and get out on the open sea. Let's go. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's never going to happen. Let's move on.
It's never happening. You got to go play Sea of Thieves. Yeah. Never happening.
See it like hitting in that like October slot that Riders did, but I don't know.
Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. Let's effing go. Let's effing go.
See my head.
Slime Rancher 2.
Slime Rancher 2. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I'm more in I'm the sure camp. Yeah. Okay.
Somerville.
Yeah. Somerville, most anticipated for me. If it actually gets announced, yeah.
Yeah, that looks great.
That is
incredible.
So it is from the founder and his team of the Inside and Limbo studio, Playdead.
Yeah, Jump Ship.
It is not Playdead, which is funny because that's exactly what he did. I wonder if we ever get to know the inside story of how that relationship.
You never do.
Yeah. But so not from Playdead, but from basically one of the big brains behind what makes those games so special.
Yeah.
So
they're called Jump Ship. Yeah. The team Jump Ship.
Yeah. So I am all in on something.
Dino Patty is the guy's name.
What is it?
Dino Patty.
Okay. Cool. I have to come on the GI show. You can tell all. Sonic Frontiers, which Brian Shea, Marcus Stewart, all about. Sonic the Hedgehog, Breath of the Wild. Silly. I wasn't as taken with the trailer as they were, but that's one where it's like, I wish you nothing but the best. Like
it wasn't even a trailer. It was like the Elder Scrolls 6 trailer. Just like a green dude, bit more. A blue dude running through the grass and like.
I love that trailer. There's nothing in it. Just a title. God,
yeah. Well, yeah. I hope it's good. We'll see if it's next year. Let's see. You guys none of y'all are Splatoon fans, are you?
I like Splatoon. Fine.
Never given it a chance. Shay was very high on it. Said I would like it when we did All Things Nintendo.
I keep trying to find a copy of Splatoon 2 for cheap, but I can't. Will not go on sale.
And it's not on. Oh, it's still okay. Gotcha. But it's still like $60, right?
Yeah, I want it for like 20, 15.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Donkey Kong.
It's $50 on Amazon.
Yeah,
I'm not playing that. I want it for a weekend, right?
Yeah, I want Tropical Freeze, but not for more than $30. Like, but it never goes down that low. But is what it is. Let's see. There's Star Ocean. There is Star Wars Hunters. Stray, the kitty cat game from Annapurna. That's gonna be great. Or
is
hopefully.
It? I like kitty cats, but
I do like kitty
cats. I don't know if the game's gonna be any good.
I like Sci-Fi Worlds. Yeah, the gameplay seemed interesting when they showed it off. So,
meow. Whoever writes the review for that game has to be like, meow.
Oh my goodness. Here's another one. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yeah, screw that Justice League.
Yeah, they're goody two shoes. We don't need them. I'm still not convinced. I know Marcus is. I am not convinced Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad come out in the same year. I know we're starting to get more of an influx of superhero games in the same year as compared to like, you know, the Insomniac Spider-Man model, right? But it just seems like a lot of similar game in the same year from the same property, basically, of DC. But I will say the latest trailer for Suicide Squad gave me some excitement. I'm not low on the game by any means, but like I was anxious to see what Rocksteady had done since Arkham City or Arkham Knight. But I think their reputation, they deserve the benefit of the doubt just because like they really like push superhero combat into another realm, another level. And I'm hoping they can continue that with Suicide Squad. So King Shark for everything. He needs to be in everything. He is fantastic. So I don't know. Anyone else hype going once?
I like King Shark. That's
We
my
did skip a big one.
contribution to this.
Yeah. Did we skip a big one?
Yeah, the System Shock remake.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's still happening.
That?
That's still happening, apparently.
Yeah,
let's go.
Hey, I hope it comes out.
I do. That's fine. You can be I would have cautious optimism with that, considering.
Oh yeah,
System Shock, and it's like, yeah, okay, cool.
There was rumors that thing was like fully dead for a little bit, right?
It comes and goes with the tides, they say.
With the tides. Yes,
they tell tales about it at the inn down on the moor.
We'll talk about it when we're playing Skull and Bones together. It'll be great. Okay. Yeah, if I missed any others, let me know. You know, we know what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is. Let's talk about so I don't think this is gonna be 2022, but the Castillo protocol is the
I think it will be.
Next, you think it's gonna come together?
They've been doing late 2022 seems about right. Yeah.
Well,
I reckon
for spoopy season maybe. Feels good.
It would be nice. They never seem to hit that timing right though, right? So probably like November.
Yeah. That is the next game from the man and the team who created not Dead Cells but
Dead Space.
Dead Space. Thank you. So I know a lot of people are hyped. The concept trailer that we saw was cool. Still, obviously, we have no clue what's going on really. So
takes place on Jupiter, right, or the moon of Jupiter, Callisto.
That is a Jupiter moon. Check us out.
That's you are smarter than a fifth grader, Alex Van Aken.
I wouldn't say that.
I didn't know that. Jeez. So I know the horror fans in the office. That's like a hotly anticipated game, and I'm sure our audience feels similarly. So, also I didn't see it on this list, but the Dead Space remake is probably next year too, right?
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Sure. Let's throw them all in. Actually, every game ever is coming out next year. It's gonna be great. Let's not rush this one, because this one, I think this is the game that if it comes out in 2022 is going to give Dan the most headaches for Game of the Year talk, and that is
really
The Legend of Zelda. Well, on paper, right?
Yeah, you're right.
The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild sequel, which we still don't know the name of. Breath of the Wild, popular little game. You know, some say one of the best games of all time.
It is in my top 3 games of all time.
It's a very good game. It's
depending on the day, it is my favorite game of all time. Other days, it's not. But
I really hope it doesn't. I think it's going to come out in 2022, and I really hope it. I really wish it wouldn't, because I don't want to have that conversation with all the Zelda fanboys at the end of the year. And by the way, I think that it will be a very, very, very good game. I liked Breath of the Wild intensely.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that year where I have to argue Elden Ring against Zelda. I don't want to have that happen. But
this, as far as I can see, this is the last like huge game on the list here. I guess I am anxiously anticipating it. I need to see how different of an experience it is. It's the sequel to this, right? And we saw that one look of Link going into like
how different does it have to be though? Honestly, it doesn't have to be that different, does it? It'll still be a great game.
Oh, I'm not debating if it can be great or not, but I'm talking like, is it going to be this earth-shattering moment like the first one was? And I don't know if it can hold up to that level. But I mean, like, there's a lot of people who, we don't know a ton, right? But we're looking at this in the lens of Ocarina and Majora's Mask, right? And I feel like Ocarina gets like the greatest of all time talk, but I think there's a lot of people who like Majora's and think it stands up right there with it. So it's like,
yeah, well, there's still some of us who think Link to the Past is still the best thing. So like, you know, it's a wide boat. You know, we got there's room for everybody.
Yeah, come on in. Link to the Past, great game. You know, Ocarina, I think it's great. Haven't ever beaten it, but so I'm very curious. I'm excited. Like the things that they've shown are exciting to me, but I am curious, like where do you go from Breath of the Wild?
Well, my guess is you make a big open world, you put some dungeons in there, and you fight Calamity Ganon. All right, let's see what happens. Those are my big predictions for this game.
Or are you Calamity Ganon?
Oh, dude, I love that.
Now that approach would be really cool. I don't think they have the sauce to do it. Now, obviously, that's just not Nintendo's MO. I don't blame them. Like, they make amazing software, but they make very safe titles. Okay, they make awesome games, but they don't do stuff like that.
Yeah,
like the game where you play as Ganon. I love that game. Maybe Elden Ring could have a contender if we get to something crazy like that, right? But that's just not going to happen. Come on, it's bread and butter, right? Bread and butter pickles. We got you're gonna play as Link, Dan. You know that's what we do.
Yeah.
Alex, any thoughts? I know this is one for you that is hotly anticipated.
I can't wait. I need like one solid gameplay trailer, and then I don't want to hear anything about it.
What if the gameplay looks exactly like? And I wouldn't be shocked if this happened. What if the gameplay looks extremely similar to Breath of the Wild?
I'll be happy.
I think most people would, right?
I just want a gameplay trailer to see the world, like what's going on. Okay. Some of the powers looked interesting, like the time. It looks like there's some time manipulation kind of stuff. I just want like another little teaser with a release date, and then I'm going silent on this.
Yeah. November 2022.
You think it's gonna hit in November? So we're gonna get Starfield and
I think that's where all the big boys are gonna come to play. Mm-hmm. That's just how things have worked in the cycle for many moons before the dark times, you know.
Tomorrow,
before the Fire Nation attacked. Yeah, I think what's exciting about because there's other games on this list, but I think we've covered the biggest ones here. I think one of the more exciting things to me, we listed 50,000 games today, but like there's still a lot we don't know. Like
there's a lot more that is. Oh yeah, there's a lot more.
We know Nintendo has like Splatoon, Pokemon Legends, but like we don't know a ton past that. And like Bayo 3, right? But that's not Nintendo proper. So it's like, what do they do? Like, is Splatoon their big game, or do they got something else cooking? Like,
of course they have something else cooking.
Microsoft, we literally only know about Starfield at this point. That has a hard date, right? But they
have what 17 plus studios under their belt that have been working on things. Yeah, of course. And you know what? There will be games in 2022. I know it sounds absurd, but there will be games.
And there will be, but it's like, are these pieces going to land? Because, you know, we're in Halo season now, but it's going to start to change over to Gears season really quick here, because they never.
Are we stay in Halo season?
Halo, always. It's
always Gears season. Yeah. I'd rather have, anyway.
Yeah. I'm really excited for whatever the next Gears is going to be. You know, Microsoft has Avowed, Fable, Perfect Dark. Like, I don't think Perfect Dark or Fable are this year, but it's like, where are these? Where are these?
That thing's. We're talking nebula. It's out there with the constellations and the stars right now. We'll
literally, yeah. So I know I'm excited for this year for what I know, but also what I don't know, and I think that's going to be a fun ride. So,
I think there's going to be some big surprises this year.
Yeah,
I do. But nothing will top Elden Ring. I'm just going to go on the record right now and say, this is it. This is it is not possible.
I am Jesus Christ begs to differ.
You know what I can't wait for as my final thing? 2 Point Campus.
Yeah, okay. You were excited when that game was announced.
I hope that comes out like early 2022.
Yeah. Tak has said his most anticipated. I've said mine. Jay, Alex, do you have a most anticipated before we say goodbye?
Maybe it's either Breath of the Wild, Dying Light, or Elden Ring. One of those.
Okay.
I don't think I can pick one.
Cool.
Maybe Elden Ring. I don't know.
Okay. Jay, how are you?
Yeah, I agree. Like I think with the release date, Elden Ring, I think when I've never played a Soulsborne game, but when I look at that game and I look at the art direction, I have never seen a game with art direction like that in my life. That game looks incredible just visually. And like I know we're about to head out, but like real quick, I like just go back to the cinematic trailer they just showed at the Game Awards. No gameplay, right? It still is an incredible trailer, all right? Like you're getting character designs that are just nuts, dude. So I think the game's incredible. And without a release date, Somerville for sure. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, friends, Happy New Year. We made it. Another
Happy New Year, baby.
365, under our belts. Let's be better next year, right?
Oh yeah.
That's always what we got to look for, but especially after the last 2 years, let's, give each other a emotional hug. Maybe not real hugs yet, but we can't.
I'm gonna give Alex a real hug.
Yeah, I'm a tackle tack to the ground. It's gonna be great. Another year has passed. We can't do what we do without y'all's support. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Obviously, GI Show listeners, especially, you've been through a lot of changes in the last couple of years, and we just appreciate you giving Alex and I a shot and continuing to listen to all of our stuff. We appreciate you. Go get some rest. Go party safely for the new year, and then we will see you in 2022. So, bye, everyone.
2022.
Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.